this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
The Golf Club of Southampton has plenty going on, from a great round to a round with your buds, soaking up some football and great grub. Every Saturday and Sunday at Southampton, enjoy their game day special. Wings tossed in your favorite sauce and a cold pitcher of beer. Membership opportunities to take advantage of, too. Join Southampton with a paid initiation, and you'll get a $500 gift card. Perfect for golf, pro shop purchases, or the clubhouse. Check it out. It's all happening at the Golf Club of Southampton.
What NFL stadium has been used the longest by an NFL team?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Green Bay's Lambeau Field has been used by the Packers since 1957, a span of over 60 years.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry-level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, so this is an odd story. Piggybacking off the basketball, Pacers shockingly take game one last night. Knicks blew a 14-point lead with 2:40 to go in the game. Check out the end of that basketball game last night.
I was tuned in.
I tell you what, man, what a great decision. That game had to last 3.5 hours. What time did that sucker in? Here's why I wouldn't know. I'm among the lucky ones. Okay, hold on. Used to have a sneeze button. No, what I was going to say is, look, I watched for the majority of the first half. It was a 1-point game, and that's when I made the decision. You know, at that point, it's still only 9:15, maybe 9 o'clock. I don't know, something around that time. The eyes are getting pretty droopy at that point, so I shut it off with the intent. And again, the beautiful thing about my job is, I get up while the crickets are still sleeping. It's 3:30 in the morning. As long as I don't, to check out the phone, anything that hadn't happened when I went to bed, it still hadn't happened in my world. I get up, I pick up the game where it went off, and, I just finished it at 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Boy, am I glad that I did, because I did a lot of fast forwarding this morning. That game went on and on and on, and then it went into overtime, and, we went through the dramatics of that, and there's different ways to characterize these big comebacks. Sometimes you just give it, all the credit to just a unbelievable effort out of nowhere, and sometimes the team just chokes it away, and last night falls into the Reggie Miller and now Tyrese Halliburton choke pose. Total choke. You got home court advantage. You've already beaten the Celtics. You've got the game in hand. You got a team that's known for clutch. Total choke. It'll cost them the series. You believe that, E?
Ooh, cost them the series.
You're damn right. It'll cost them the series. Yeah. I know the Knicks get all this credit for beating Boston, and they should. Those were two great comebacks, but if you really pay attention to what's happened so far, it was the Pacers who beat the Bucks, a recent champion. And by the way, the Bucks were playing really good at the end of the year. They're one of the hot teams in the NBA. Pacers sent them home quick, 4-1. And then Boston wasn't the top seed in the East. It was Cleveland. And the Pacers sent them home pretty quick, too. Now, Cleveland had injury issues. I get it. But so did Boston by the time Tatum went down. You closed them out without their best player. So, yeah, I don't think you can lose game one at home and blow a 14-point lead and survive and win the series. I think the Pacers will win the series, and I had thought the Knicks would. And you know what? Maybe that's silly on my part. Maybe it's an instant overreaction. I didn't think the Pacers were going to sweep them, and in that case, they would have had to, or the Knicks were going to sweep them, and so you could expect some back and forth. I will say this about New York. I don't feel, maybe I should back off with the vehemence with which I say that. How about this? Man, if, as I suspect it will, this costs the Knicks the series, man, you want to micromanage it even further? You want to make yourself sicker, Knick fan? Let me give you something else to grind on. Yeah, let me give you one more nuance to remember. Go back to the first half. I don't even remember what the score was. Didn't matter. It was back and forth at that point. Knicks had a breakout. OG Anunoby had a wide open layup in the open floor. And I don't know, he mishandled it or something, and he bricked a layup, a wide open layup in the open floor on a run out. What would those 2 points have meant at the end? I'll tell you what it would have meant at the end. If the game plays out as it did, it would have meant the Pacers would not have had a chance to tie the game. They'd have been down 4. Oof. When I tell you he missed, did you see that basket?
No, I didn't.
Google it right now. OG Anunoby layup miss versus Pacers. I'm telling y'all, I'm not exaggerating. This is the layup line at 8-year-old upward basketball. That's what this layup was. Like, backboard, under the rim, clank angle job. He must have lost control. You can't tell that, but it looks like as if the man just went up for a typical finger roll layup and just bled it right into wedged it between the rim and the backboard almost. So, yeah. Again, who knows? That's like the butterfly effect. 1,000 different things probably would have and could have happened had he made that basket. The whole game, plays out different maybe in scenarios. And
I don't even know what that was.
Do you see it? Is that crazy? Right? I wasn't embellishing for the man. He's wide open with no defense on a right-handed layup.
Like he lost it going up.
Yeah, it like rolled down to the palm of his hand maybe. But so, I mean, just imagine in a layup line before the game where you're just like right there at any speed. You could have dunked it. You could have laid it in. You could have finger rolled it over the rim. You could have gone half speed, quarter speed. And yeah, you must have lost. So in a game there where they tied you on a buzzer beater man, what about the drama of the last shot? What Hollywood movie did I watch?
Yeah.
The Pacers are down 2. Halliburton backs out for what he thinks is the game-winning 3. His shot hits the back of the rim. I kid you not, it bounces 10 feet in the air.
It was Clayton, Walter Clayton-esque the way he backed out, turned around,
right.
And shot it.
And if you remember, Halliburton did that same move to beat the Cavs.
He did.
He backed it out. In this case, they thought it was a 3, gave the choke sign. It ended up it was only a 2.
Almost
I thought that was going to bite him, man. Then the Knicks came out and scored the first 4 in overtime. I was lucky enough to watch that real quick at about 4:10 this morning. And ultimately, it's a game 1 to the Pacers on the road. Game 2, Oklahoma City, Minnesota tonight. I won't offer any predictions. I've got no free money. I will say this. If you're a fan or you're not doing anything else, if Minnesota or Oklahoma City are up 22 with 6 minutes to go in the third, leave the game on.
Don't cut the game
Leave
off.
the game on. It's just unbelievable. I'm going to have to find the list. I want to know how many 15-point comebacks in the NBA playoffs there have been already this year. And then I want to know how many, give me the cutoff that makes it sound more emphatic. Because these aren't little 11-point leads, going into the fourth. These are big, huge, ballooned leads within a time. We're setting records. That's the first game that'd be down 9 within a minute and win. We already had one earlier within 7 within 30 seconds. I don't know, man. We just keep. So either it's a gargantuan 19, 20-point comeback, or it's an incredibly unlikely down 9 with 54 seconds or down 7 with 32 seconds. Those kinds of dramatic finishes we've seen as well. It's been crazy. I said this, though, to lead into, did you see the story on Victor Wembanyama and what's going on with him?
Uh-oh.
Victor, I got a couple here that's going to send people scurrying for their Google machine for more details when they're, out of their car. Victor Wembanyama, apparently he's growing. And the Spurs are slow playing. It's like they don't want, they're underselling it. But you've got these pictures. Victor Wembanyama came in the league. They listed him at 7'4", and then he went up to 7'5", and then he's back down officially listed at 7'4.5". But now there are pictures out with him standing next to David Robinson and Tim Duncan, and there are already suspicions that his height was being underreported. Why you would want to do that, I don't know. There's no height limit. It's not like if you're this tall, you can't ride this ride. I don't know in any way at all how there's any, competitive advantage or disadvantage. But at the end of the day, it's this. All the internet sleuths and the AI, but you've had these series of pictures of Victor Wembanyama standing next to other guys that are 6'11", 7 feet tall, and you use the measurement from the bridge of the nose to here and where it goes. And the dude is almost now undeniably 7'7", which adds just another level of the intrigue into this, man thing from Frawls, who came in as the number 1 pick and has been as advertised, and he doesn't, and he's not stayed, string bean thin, has he? He's by no means a big bulky guy, but he looks like he's going to have the ability maybe to put on some weight and not just get pushed and bullied. 7'7", bro. with his skill?
That's a problem.
That's yeah. Oof. Man, the league is lucky the Spurs weren't the ones that got that 2-hole. Or, that won the lottery.
Man.
As much as Cooper Flag going to Dallas, if that man would have gone to the Spurs with De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama.
Dynasty.
Oof. All right, let me get into how this tush-push thing went down by reports on the inside. Now, it's got it all. Okay, little ears. They're out. You know what I'll do? I will dumb down the blue phrase that teenagers would use, but you'll understand the exact wordage that Lurie used. I'm not comfortable using it for you, the radio audience. He unleashed it in front of millionaires and billionaires and women and others. NFL owners, I'm reading from the New York Post this morning. NFL owners and league execs got into a heated exchange during Wednesday's meeting over the tush push. The proposal to ban the controversial play failed, so it remains legal in the league despite the effort by the Packers to ban it. But the conversation around it led to some testy exchanges during the league meetings in Minneapolis. Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie made a somewhat crude remark toward the end of an impassioned speech defending the play, which included an analogy to a dream of some liquid consistency. Let's put it that way.
Dear.
Lurie, following erroneous reports on Wednesday that there was enough to ban the play, told his fellow league owners and executives that whether or not the tush push was banned, the situation was a win-win for me. He then used the analogy to describe how happy he was, as happy as a teenager experiencing that, to have his team come up with a play that's been so successful that other teams have decided the only way to stop it was to ban it. Troy Vincent, then, the NFL's VP of football ops, admonished the Eagles owner for saying the phrase with women in the meeting. 49ers owner Jed York chirped Lurie after he had spoken for an hour, asking his Eagles counterpart, quote, how much more bleep he needed to say. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones asked a few questions. Bills owner Terry Pegula supported the ban, even though her team was one of the tush push's most prominent users. The rule change was defeated. It fell 2 votes short of the needed 24 and, man points to our Jaguars. Now, I don't see anything. I don't see the big deal here. What? Well, let's learn how to stop it. And I don't know what secret formula the Jaguars discovered. It was just timing or luck, but it does remain amazing that the Jags didn't have a problem stopping the tush push last year against the Eagles. The only team, though, in the league ever that can say that about a game. I wonder how many times it's been stopped multiple times in a game. A handful at most, I bet. And I bet it's never been stopped at least 3 times in a game. The Jaguars did do that in Philly. The Eagles social media team, by the way, trolled the Packers after the vote with a post on X that included the image of the Eagles playing Green Bay with the words, push on, superimposed on the photo. All right. Let's take a quick break. I got a football fix on the other side. Also, Liam Cohen on the Panthers week 1. The schedule has come out, obviously, and then the Jags started OTAs. We've got a lot of, insight and intel about, where things stand and what they're looking to do. But maybe an interesting comment from the coach as to the week 1 opponent. Also, cue up a football fix, more news from the NFL owners meetings. You are listening to The Drill. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Dolphins in the Atlantic Sun Tournament in DeLand, Florida today. They're a $2 underdog against Austin P minus 270, 13.5 over the total. Chris Sale on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. He's 2-3, a 3.62 ERA and a $1.55 road favorite at the Nationals today, plus 130. Mackenzie Gore gets the start for Washington, 2-4, 3.67 ERA. The total 7.5 flat. NASCAR this week, Kyle Larson, the plus 550 favorite to win the Coca-Cola 600. Denny Hamlin plus 650. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, both 7-1. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Attention business owners and property managers. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Is your property ready? Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter for expert storm drain cleaning and hydrojetting. Our powerful VACCON truck clears the way so your drains flow freely when the rain hits. Call 904-862-6769 today to schedule your service and protect your property before the storms start rolling in. Duck Duck Rooter, your trusted name in storm drain maintenance. Visit us at duckduckrooter.com. We are a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation. Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Coatings, your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring, take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by
Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Are you 18 years or older? Just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. RJ here with 1010XL, and you'll be assured of a quality delivery. That's for sure. Log on and order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. I'm glad Pete Rose is going into the Hall of Fame. But shame on Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball for waiting till after he died to do it. All you had to do it was 2 years ago, and he'd had a year to enjoy it. Instead, we all enjoy it. We shake our heads. When I saw today that he's going to get in, I don't know if I was happy or sad. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnick family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. May is Military Appreciation Month, and Nimnick Buick GMC proudly salutes the brave men and women who serve and have served our country. As a thank you, we're offering an additional $500 off select new Buick and GMCs, and every vehicle purchased at Nimnick supports K9s for Warriors. Nimnick thanks you for your service and your sacrifice. Shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately you look at the first one, right, and it's against a team that we played twice last year, had, a couple good games against, obviously in-division opponent in Tampa, and obviously a team that's, continuing to grow, right? They're a team that, new head coach last year, trying to get into it, showed some really good signs, I thought, at times last year. Dave's doing a great job with that team and that organization. So that's the one that's obviously circled at the moment. And like you said, they're all hard, right? They're all tough. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. And we just have to kind of take care of ourselves at the moment and get better each day.
All right, that is head coach Liam Cohen commenting as best he can on the week 1 opener against the Carolina Panthers. If we started the clock right now and we added up the minutes of talk specifically on the Panthers-Jaguars game between now and September. What date's the season opening? September what?
Is it September 7th?
I don't know. That's why I asked. Sounds right. I just know it's somewhere in that September range. Early September. But that being said, I will go ahead and give you one little narrative that will go around that season opening game here in Jacksonville. It will be another opportunity for number 1 overall picks to go head to head, right? Trevor's had a few of those already. He's had them with Joe Burrow. He's had them with Baker Mayfield. He's had one with Bryce Young already. So he's had a couple or a few already, but that'll certainly be. It will also be a matchup that very well deserved will feature 2 quarterbacks with the most to prove in 2025. That certainly is a label that all manners of observation and evaluation of Trevor Lawrence, every differing opinion would come to that agreement. He's got a lot to prove this year. What proving means and where your confidence level is on whether he will meet that standard of proving it to you. It certainly remains variable, but I would be the first in line to I don't know, is there a quarterback in the NFL that has more to prove, that has a more prove-it year than Trevor Lawrence? I mean, there are a few around there. I can think of some. Bryce Young, though, would also fall into that category. Mm-hmm. Well, lo and behold, Instagram's been doing this series of through Fox of rankings. We've shared some of them with you. We drop them in here from time to time. But and how is this? Is this Fox Sports ranking it, or is this some sort of a poll question where they rank based on the how the audience can slot what they think?
Yeah, it's not an audience.
So it's just the Fox Sports crew.
Yeah,
all right. I've looked at this list here. I don't have a lot of problems with it, and we'll just skip right to the. We'll just skip right to the top and not miss words.
Let's go right to it.
Trevor's number 1 on the quarterbacks with the most to prove. And part of that is because he's going into year 5, right?
That's exactly why.
That's why.
Yeah.
A lot of the belief in Trevor Lawrence's ability to prove it, falls into people's definitions and ultimately where they file away the very slight difference in sport, and it's one you better get right. And it's not talked about enough. You better be really good at knowing the difference between excuses and reasons. Teams that win, franchises that constantly succeed and stay competent and consistent, do it because they know the difference between excuses and reasons. And if you fashion a reason, as an excuse or vice versa, you can go off in different directions. So as to Trevor Lawrence's growth and what he has proven or shown to this point, you can fall into the reasons for those struggles or the excuses for those struggles. We'll find out, but at least in this Fox Sports poll, the number one quarterback with the most to prove this year, I think that's fair because he's got a lot around him. They've just one last time gone all in on the kid, right?
Enough of the excuses.
Everyone down there, right?
Would you agree with the rest of it? How the list played out?
I'm okay with it. We're going to get to it.
All right.
I mean, Caleb Williams, that's a little high, I think, after just 1 year where he was pretty good. I mean, I don't think Bryce Young has a lot more to prove to me than Caleb Williams. Now, next year, Caleb Williams could be high on this list. Trevor was 1. Anthony Richardson was 2. Caleb Williams was 3. Bryce Young, 4. So, yeah, week 1, 2 quarterbacks with a lot to prove for sure. Justin Fields, 5th. It feels like his prove-it moment has already come and gone, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Sam Darnold at 6. That seems unfair. Did he not prove it last year? But I guess he becomes prove-it guy now because another team is showing belief in him and bringing him in as a starter.
Was that a fluke or not?
Let's not forget that Sam Darnold didn't become he wasn't signed to be the starter in Minnesota. It just worked out that way. Dak Prescott, 7. I say it's a big, 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 big problem if your quarterback's in like his 8th or 9th year and you're calling it a prove-it year. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why Trevor emerges all the way to number 1 because he's been around longer. Justin Herbert still got a lot to prove. Does Justin Herbert have a playoff win? I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
Number 9, Tua. And number 10, C.J. Stroud, who took a step back to reality last year from where, everybody had him in the Hall of Fame after year 1. So we shall see. Fire at the band. I got a few more news and notes from the National Football League. We call it a football fix, and it's brought to you by the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. Go online and book your tee time today. Best value in golf, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. And the Jacksonville Sharks on the road this weekend where they're going to finish off that little daily double of Fishers. Hopefully come home with another victory. Meanwhile, the home schedule will continue throughout the summer, and you can get your tickets right now at jackssharks.com. Told you, longtime Colts owner and CEO Jim Irsay has died at the age of 65. The well-wishing is flowing in. Anecdotes from Colts camp where he was also known to drive around camp handing fans gifts and cash and, showing generosity in that way. The succession plan, I talked about that. It's the daughters. He has 3 daughters who have been involved and one of them very involved. I think McAfee said on his show that when he was there, she was in the day-to-day, wanted to learn the business, had a headset on, laid out the play sheets for people, not over-imposing, but trying to learn. And so, it'll stay in the Irsay family. And one of the daughters will be the controlling owner. They all 3 have equal partnerships, but one of them has been more, involved soup to nuts with the overall product. The tush push lives. The proposal to ban it fails at the NFL meetings. It feels like it's a matter of time, but it'll have at least one more year for the Eagles to scrum their way to a 6-pointer. It was interesting that tempers flared. It got very uncordial in the NFL owners meetings. This is a rare glimpse inside testiness and foul language you don't normally see or hear about, and it played out in front of too many, witnesses yesterday. Not a good look. Boy, what a world you live in as an NFL player. You get a contract for $53.5 million, and one of your overriding emotions is happiness that the new deal lets the team have plenty of money to build around you. Yeah, way to take the bullet there, Chief. All right, Caleb Williams was on that prove-it list. I like Ben Johnson's attitude. He's being asked about the futility of production playing quarterback in Chicago, but he's looking at it as an opportunity. Excerpts from that book that's coming out we talked about with Caleb Williams last week highlighted some of the struggles, and it includes just the fact that the quarterbacks have not succeeded there. Quarterbacks, quote, go to die. Johnson smiled yesterday, asked about that statement. I love it. I love the opportunity to come in and change that narrative. That's where great stories are written. We're looking to write a new chapter here. Looking forward to the future. And then, and I've also heard him reference the fact they haven't had a 4,000-yard passer. I don't think they've had a 35-touchdown passer. It's remarkable, really, in today's day and age. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hick and Rival more come your way next. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Proud to serve sports radio to those who proudly protect our country. 1010XL Jacksonville Sports Radio.
The Summer Starts Here sales event is back at Arlington Toyota. Why does Northeast Florida buy from Arlington Toyota? Because Arlington is the place to go for big selection. I'm talking over 800 vehicles, one location, and 60-day exchange. Plus, during Summer Starts Here, get financing as low as 0% on select new Toyota models. Or how about no payments until January 2026? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on them.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. When you've been charged with a crime, you don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Good morning, Googans. E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans, and Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures start here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson. Before you invite family and friends over for summer fun, treat yourself and your home to new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson has a great deal to get you started. We're excited to offer our Window of Opportunity Savings Event. Buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
It's Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
What does it mean when someone says the continental United States?
It's always a good idea to compare homeowners' insurance rates when it's time to renew. Before storm season, log on to southernoak.com and get an instant quote or find an agent in your area.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The continental United States refers to all United States in North America. Hawaii is in the southern hemisphere.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Septic, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning. Florida Gators baseball team was eliminated from the 2025 SEC tournament last night following a 3-1 loss to the Ole Miss Rebels in the second round. The Gators offense struggled against Ole Miss starter Hunter Elliott, who pitched 5.1 innings, allowing just 2 hits and 1 walk while striking out 8. Florida's only run came in the 5th inning when Ashton Wilson scored on a throwing error after Landon Stripling reached base. The Gators now will return home to await their fate in the 2025 NCAA tournament. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp faced a 7-3 defeat against the Memphis Redbirds last night at the Five-Star Ballpark. Despite home runs from Roberto Hernandez and Jack Nuclear, the Jumbo Shrimp couldn't overcome an early deficit. Game 3 of the series tonight at 7:05. It's 70 degrees at 7:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Nasty Dan was the meanest man I ever knew. He'd stomp and scream and be real mean the whole day through. He'd frown a bunch, he ate nails for lunch, and he'd never laugh. He'd growl and yell, and I heard tell that he never took a bath. Nasty Dan was
You know it. You know it. You know it. You know it.
Oof. Nasty
Oof.
Oof. Now Nasty Dan was nasty man the whole day.
When did you know? Did you ever know? Did you ever think? I never really thought they were going to lose. A lot of times, though, when you're that team, there's a moment, right? The one that you're like,
I think 123 to 118, I raised an eyebrow.
What was that with like 28 seconds, 30 seconds? Yeah.
But I didn't like the review on OG when Brunson gave him the ball inside and he got up and he had possession of the ball. He got hit on the arm and was after he lost possession. It's Pacers ball. And then they went down and hit a 3, and then it was like dicey. And I just knew those guys were going to miss free throws.
That's a classic case of all the calls count. I think sometimes you don't take it as importantly, like you don't overturn because
everything
because
counted.
You feel like they're going to win.
We were up 4 in OT. We stole the ball.
Yeah.
Brunson gets a goaltend. It's a basket. It should be up 6.
Yeah,
they don't call it.
Yeah.
It's a hard game to officiate. I mean, these guys lay on each other and turn and twist and fight. But 2 calls on Brunson you cannot make.
Yeah.
You put him in 5 fouls, but it turned out to be fine. We go on a 14-0 run. We got it locked.
Yeah, locked.
And just blew it. And to their credit,
to your point, it's a hard game to officiate, especially when those guys like it doesn't even look like a foul when Toppin did it, but then after they show 4 replays and you realize like on Toppin's dunk he got smashed. It's just hard. There's got to be some contact. And I think with these super slow-mo, it makes us feel like
it's hard.
Yeah.
But the missed goaltend was frustrating because it's Brunson and he's taking it to the hole and he puts it in. And what happened to I'd never understand the NBA. Like sometimes they'll go back and review, sometimes they won't. Non-reviewable.
I don't know.
It just makes no sense.
The game clock has something to do with it, and teams also have a challenge. And the goaltend, they have to call something to be able to review it. In other words, they can't not call it a goaltend and then go back and say it was.
They said, and I got to tell you, though, the only thing that's going to it's just not fair. And it's just not right. It shouldn't be happening. He should be on the Western Conference Finals. I don't need Reggie. I mean, for outside of Knicks Pacers fans, maybe that's great theater. I don't need that jackass loser on the call. Everything he says is Indiana. It's all about the Pacers. You know, he can't help himself. And
And that's fine. And I'm also going to interpret everything he says as being pro-Indiana. So I don't need – I turned it down last night. I can't take it. I can't take it.
I get it.
It's not right,
That's
man.
fair. That's fair.
It's not right. It shouldn't be Reggie Miller. It should not be Reggie Miller doing the call. And everybody thinks it's giggly and funny, but it's for us, it's not. I don't like it. And I have to remind people all the time, Mr. Superstar lost that series where he threw the choke up.
Yeah, he did.
And he has a losing record at the Garden. So it ain't like he had one great moment there. So screw him. But I don't need that, man. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't get why they
I got
allow
4 hours of Reggie Miller, man. It's enough to have to listen to Draymond, then gets thrown in too. I don't need Draymond in there. Who likes Draymond Green? Why is that a good addition, TNT? Jeez.
They love Draymond when he gets to talking.
God. So anyway, just totally depressing. And this is what it's come down to. I've thought about this, and it's up to Big Game Dan to save the series. And I don't know that I can, but I'm going to try. It's all up to Big Game Dan. This is the biggest big game ever. I'm going to have to go up to the Garden.
Dan's going to be in the Garden on Friday
myself tomorrow night and get the victory. I'll do it just to save New York.
Must win?
Huh?
Yeah, that's beyond must win.
Must win.
We may be looking back in a week and realize last night was must win. I don't know. It's hard to pick where these games. There's a lost art in basketball that I have to at least suggest with all these teams blowing 20-point leads or a 9-point lead with 54 seconds to go or a 7-point lead with 26 seconds to go. And these are different games, not just last night's game that they may have fallen within those parameters.
Yeah.
But a lost art, man, is killing the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're up 15 points with 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go.
The only time I got mad at that, I thought we did slow it down. But the only one I got mad at was when we got it inbound to Brunson, and he went.
And he kind of threw it away?
No, he went to get it to OG.
Yeah.
And then OG, like I said, I thought he got fouled. They reviewed it. They decided it wasn't a foul, and they gave the ball to Indiana. But he should have turned around and pulled it back out and killed some clock.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Because all of a sudden, we were up 2 possessions, 3 possessions. And I mean, we were scoring. See, they were hitting threes, but we were still scoring.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then all of a sudden, this Naismith guy.
Yeah, they have a bunch of good players that you never heard of. They're not great
I remember
players.
him from last year. But he got on a heater that was second. He's the guy. It's not Halliburton's shot, which is great theatrics and such.
Oh, is that when it was?
But Naismith hit 7 threes in a row.
He had 29 points. He also did this. It was the Knicks Brunson got a layup. They're up 9. There's like 55 seconds to go. The game is over, and Naismith hit that long 3-pointer that cut it to 6. But then the Knicks scored again. They got an 8-point lead with 35 seconds to go. Naismith hits a 30-foot 3-pointer and puts it to 5. You say that's where you got nervous.
Yeah, 123, 118.
And then they had the coaches challenge and went their way, and then Naismith hit another long 3-pointer.
Now it's 2 points with 20 seconds, and we got to hit free throws. And, of course, Cat misses one.
But
Cat had a good look to send it into double OT. He missed it. Brunson missed one, too.
Yeah, Anunoby missed one late. Didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, Anunoby missed the second one, which meant you couldn't foul him. That's what I mean, a free throw.
Anunoby, we didn't shoot free throws well. Anunoby and Cat both missed free throws down the stretch that you got to have because it got tight out of the blue, though. It was just what happened?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is there a time we're like, what? And sometimes there wasn't a moment. You're just like, what just happened?
And we're up 16 with like 3 to go. It's like, all right, let's get this one 1-0. We'll go up there and see what happens.
For sure,
just a gut punch.
Yeah,
I don't know if they can recover
that one in.
I don't know if they
I don't either.
It's a hard one.
I feel like the Pacers. I don't know. You do that. I don't know. Boston couldn't.
No.
Cleveland couldn't.
No, it's
every team that's had the 20-point lead that they blew hasn't recovered.
Indiana blew it in game 1 last year against the Celtics. They did that very thing, and then they got swept. So I don't think we'll get swept. I think we got too much moxie, but I think what bugged me, too, in the overtime was our defense went to hell in a handbasket. Josh Hart's been so great. They've all been so great, so it's hard for me to get mad at any of them.
Yeah, but the wide open backdoor layup.
But he got backdoored on him. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah,
what are we doing? It's focus time.
They're making Nimhard look like an all-star.
You can't get backdoored on that.
Yeah, and Mitchell Robinson, he looks like if he gets away from the basket, he looks lost. He doesn't know who to do to cover.
Yeah, he got confused a couple times, but I'm actually okay with him out there at the top when he's just got one guy in front of him.
But when you gave him those 2 options, you took the wrong option.
Yeah, and they gave him open looks. Yeah. And like I said, the Brunson breakaway, he's so good, and he it was a goaltend, it would have been up 6, and they wouldn't have had a fast break 3. And instead, we miss. Brunson falls. They got numbers. Nemhard in the corner. 3-ball because they didn't miss a 3-ball the rest of the way, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
It went from up 6 to 1.
I felt like I was the smartest guy in the room last night from this standpoint. It was, the game was like a 4-point game with a couple minutes to go in the first half, and I'm like, dude, I'm into the game, but I got to get some sleep. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:15. And I'm so glad that and I've said this before, I get up at 3:30 before the crickets are even up. And so I can watch something, and it's just like I went to the bathroom and came back out and watching it because I don't, make sure I don't check my phone or anything. But that game, tell me was that game 5 hours long? Because I felt like I had to fast forward through hours of programming, man. It just bogged down. It went at least an hour longer than its window.
Yeah, it was long. It was, the thing is, too, it was an 8 o'clock start, not a 7 o'clock start.
But it started at like 8:15. It was supposed to be over at 10:30. Probably didn't end until 11:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 3.5-hour game.
And then you can't, for me, I can't go to sleep. I don't want to watch. I shut it off. There's nothing to do. I got to find a movie or something to unwind. It's just a nightmare, man. It's just that I haven't had a loss like that bothered me. That's like a like a Gator football loss back in the day when they were really good.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and just stare at the ceiling and wonder what happened. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
You gotta move on though. This is it. I mean, you go from thinking you're up 1-0. If you get 2, it's going to be really hard for the Pacers to win the series, and now you're on the ropes and you absolutely have to win. And it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. And I didn't even mind, Halliburton is what he is. You throw the choke sign up, you dumb A. I mean,
karma could have bit him. I knew that.
Should have, but it didn't.
So that's the first thing I thought when he did the choke was that has Halliburton passed? Who was who's my guy there? The little Pritchard. Has he surpassed Pritchard?
Oh, yeah.
Like Pritchard earned top 8 status on the Celtics.
I got Charles on with the commissioner begging him to let his dad back into the arena. Yeah, that's a good idea. You see his dad at the bar last night? Yeah, let's bring him in. That'll go well. And then when he shot the ball and he missed, the ball went up.
Yeah, I know.
So my reaction was,
yeah,
we got it.
Yeah.
It was a lot to me like...
It was so dramatic. It was like Hoosiers, dude. It was stupid.
I'm going to tell you, it was a lot to me. It reminded me very much of 2015 World Series Game 5. David Wright gets a ground ball. Runners on third. We're up a run. In the 9th, he looks him back, throws to first. I'm celebrating the out. All of a sudden, I look back, and the ball's flying by the catcher, and the run's sliding in. It's like the second part of the play got me. And it was like, I was like, yeah.
That's a commercial waiting to happen.
No, that last night, that reminded me of the Tigers putt that hung on the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because that literally, like, if your next Hollywood basketball movie, take that clip and just slow-mo that ball all the way up in the air. It was similar. The closest thing NBA I can of recent memory was Kawhi's shot. His was from the corner. He shot one that bounced up high, beat the Sixers, but not that high.
No.
That ball bounced 5-10 feet in the air.
Over the rim.
Yeah, way up over the backboard.
And it went straight back down
just
and
right through the middle.
Right through the heart. Right through my heart.
And then he did the Reggie Miller choke signal, and they thought they'd won. I thought they'd won.
We all thought
and then once they hadn't, I was like, but those athletes, they don't even faze him. There was no part of him was like, oh, I better be careful now. They just go play.
I don't, for the life of me, understand. And just one other officiating comment, and like I said, I preface it with the knowledge of how tough it is. It just seems to me like the big fella on our team, that big, slow, lumbering, pretty shooting cat, cannot get a call when he goes down low. He gets down low, he gets hammered. I mean, and they will not call fouls on him, but then he'll touch somebody down on the other side. And it's not like he's a monster. Like Shaq would always get screwed on those. But I don't understand why.
I think some of what happens, and again, I don't watch every Knicks play, and I don't have a vested interest in one side or the other. I do know, and actually I'm not going to say this is the thing. This happened one time the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That game against the Celtics on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
He went down the lane like he does a lot, and he's very gangly. There's a lot of movement going on. And he makes a shot. I'm like, damn, he got fouled. And then they'll show the slow motion replay, and there was a lot of stuff going on, but he really wasn't getting bumped too bad. And sometimes it's him initiating. So, but I'm not going to. It does look that way.
Yeah.
It does. He does. But I think part of it is he's just so gangly. But he finishes. I've never seen a big man get bumped off of his line in the lane and look like he's in big trouble and the ball somehow go in. He does that.
Yeah.
A bunch. It is the first time in NBA playoff history that a team has had a 14-plus point lead in the final 245 and lost.
Saw them all.
Teams have been 994-0.
Oh,
That's amazing. You know what? I'm gonna like super contextualize it. I'm gonna micromanage the loss and put it on and put it on a player if it were. Now there's a butterfly effect here. I don't know if this play doesn't happen the way it does. Maybe the game doesn't play out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, it didn't seem much. But I don't know the last time I saw an NBA player wide open in the open floor with a wide open layup in front of him, completely fumble, miss, clank it into the side bottom of the rim like OG Anunoby did on that first half run out. And if he just lays the ball in any mode or manner, this is like layup drill game. There's no defense. He can do it at any speed. If he makes that layup, they're a 4 at the end of the game and not 2. But the game could tend to play different ways.
Right.
Man, that was it. What happened? Did he lose control of the ball? Do you know the play I'm talking about?
Talking at the end of the game?
No. Anunoby had a first half run out.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's he's in the open floor ahead of everyone, half speed, no one around him on the right side of the basket, and the ball just clanked off of the rim backboard. I think he may have lost control. Did it roll in his palm or something?
Must have. But he kind of lost that other one.
But that first one was like no defense, no pressure, no nothing. He's all alone.
Down the stretch, we had a couple where Brunson just basically threw the ball away because he was going out of bounds, and luckily somebody grabbed it.
In the final seconds.
Josh Hart slipped one time, had to run back and get the ball. I mean, there was some potential disasters there that we avoid, and we still, I don't know. It's a weird.
In fairness to the game. The game was pretty close most of the game, within 2 or 3. And the Knicks
up 7.
The Knicks did their 16. The Knicks went on a run to put the game away. And you've seen enough games. You feel the energy. You see the score. That game's over.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks pushed it to 17 with 6 minutes to go. The game's over. It's going to play out.
Yeah.
But in this year's NBA playoffs, don't turn it off.
No, you can't do it.
Don't turn it off.
It's a gut punch. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So enough of that. Move on. For God's sakes, enough. But yeah, it was. It's a good little NBA rivalry. I'll tell you that, because these guys, every time the Knicks make the Eastern Conference Finals, which is few and far between, you look up and they're the Pacers, who must make it only the times that the Knicks make it, I guess.
It does seem like it's been a more common than you would think matchup. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's weird, but yeah, it's just it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's your first conference final since 2000, and that was them.
It was them. 4 times we've been. Last 4 times we've been, it's been the Pacers. So
they've probably been another 3 or 4 times. And there's the East.
When have they been to the finals?
Only the year they beat you.
That's it.
Or did they beat you? The year that they
beat
went.
us.
Yeah, no, they went in.
They lost to the Lakers.
Yeah, they lost.
Is that it?
Rick Smits, and did they have
is that
one?
The only time?
I think that's the only one. I think they went to the East Finals a number of times. They've been to a bunch of East Finals. I bet you. As the second forgotten team to a dominant LeBron team or a dominant Paul Pierce team. I bet you they have some conference finals appearances since 2000. They probably have, maybe 3 or 4 now. Well, they were in the conference final last year, weren't they? Indy? Weren't they in the conference finals last year against Boston?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's back-to-back years for them. The last time they went was, Check's Watch, 2024.
No, I'm talking about NBA finals.
I think just the one. I don't recall them going to another NBA final unless I'm forgetting.
And
they lost to the Lakers.
2000, they lost.
I think that's it.
You know who their coach was that year?
Was it Bird?
Yeah, Bird is the word.
Yeah. How about that? He didn't get any credit for that, does he?
Should. Because remember that Bird and Isaiah back-to-back?
Yeah. That's weird.
Rick Carlisle.
He's a good coach.
He was there. I didn't realize he was there in 05, 06, 07, and then he left.
And then he went to the Mavs, no?
Yeah, he's there for a long time, right?
And came back, yeah.
So the
Indiana coach.
Indiana Pacers has only been to the NBA Finals one time.
Yeah, that one time.
And they lost. Oh, no. Oh, well, yeah, the ABA they won.
Yeah, the ABA they won, for sure.
They were a dynasty in the ABA.
They beat Jackie Moon's Flint Tropics.
They did beat the Tropics a couple times.
Let's come back with a 10-minute drill, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Listening to the drill, it's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
All right, news from the National Football League where Indianapolis Colts owner and their CEO, Jim Irsay, passed away a little bit surprisingly yesterday, and that we didn't know. He didn't look in great health, obviously, at the age of 65, but he passed. But what will happen now is a transition of power, and his daughter will take over running. He has 3 daughters. They all have partial control, partial ownership, but one daughter kind of immersed herself into it, and she'll be the one married to a man named Gordon. So Carly Irsay Gordon will be the new owner, or the next owner of the Indianapolis Colts. Irsay, won a Super Bowl. Won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Also made the difficult decision to let Manning go as well. And a complicated person through the years. But Jim Irsay gone at the age of 65.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. From the preseason to the playoffs and every day in between.
Each man individually preparing himself to be the best he could possibly be. Better than he's ever been. Because that's what it's going to take.
At 1010XL, the season never ends.
Don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center, at least until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer. Hicken here for Beard's Diamonds. I'll give you a better price. I'm telling you. Better quality. I'm telling you. And I'll tell you why. They're not beholden to Wall Street. They're beholden to the people of Jacksonville. The Lupos are the owners. They're only locally owned jeweler in the town center. And yeah, Beard's has the best diamond selection in the region, right? No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds, all shapes, all sizes. Top bridal designers, Tacori, Viraggio. Their associates are real diamond experts. They'll teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way, like a dealer buys. Bottom line here is, we're lucky to have Beard's here. A refreshing alternative. I'll go back to what I said at the top. Don't buy a diamond until you see what Beard's can offer. You get it all. No compromises, highest quality, personal service, no middleman pricing, unbeatable guarantees. It's Beard's Diamonds. It's the only locally owned jeweler. The only one in the St. John's Town Center.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
4 guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? Topdressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit topdressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with topdressing.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
I'm 1010XL's media mogul, Dan Hicken, and before the weekend hits, I break down what to watch and where to be. Catch Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook, provided by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
Feeling the Florida heat? Make sure your car's AC is ready with help from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Right now, get $50 off all AC services at any of their 5 Jacksonville locations. Whether it's a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert technicians will keep you cool and comfortable on the road. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service today and take advantage of this limited one-time offer. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Everyone seems to be in a time crunch these days. Well, don't forget you can always count on the cold case at Daly's. Always convenient, always cold. Whether it's the king of beers, Natty Light, Stella, or Cigar City, or Goose Island or Bud Light Seltzer, dash into Daly's and grab one to go.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
All right, we got sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. E, what do you got for him today?
I got a pair of tickets to see Styx and REO Speedwagon live at Daly's Place. That's going down June 2nd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, but one lucky winner will win a pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill.
You caught me off guard coming out of the break.
With
the high school
results, tough loss for Johnny Murphy and the boys. I was talking to Daniel a little bit yesterday. That one stung them a little bit. They lost. Trinity Christian lost in the state championship. It's hard, man.
They're top 5 nationally, gang. There's a lot of national polls where Trinity Christian's 3 or 4 or 5.
It's a tough.
Did they run into a pitcher, I guess?
No, I don't know. Maybe Stetson, I read. I don't know.
The thing about Trinity.
It's like 7-3, 7-2.
So they got hit, which it's hard to do because they got big-time arms.
They got 2 kids who are,
Virginia and Florida.
Well, the Virginia kid is going to get drafted. He was unbelievable all year.
Watson?
He pitched him into the final game, so he was unavailable. He pitched the state semi.
Oh, man. That's tough.
That's the way it goes. So, and you have to, the general rule of thumb.
Can't play him like that.
You got to win the game in front of you.
Oh.
You can't sit there and go, well, we think we can win this game, because you don't want to leave your best guy on the bench and not use him.
Oh, so he didn't get to play?
No, he didn't play. So he pitched him into this. He pitched him into the state championship, and then they had 2 kids who I think both are Florida commits. I know one is, and both got hit a little bit and untimely error. I followed it, but I didn't see it, so I can't really comment too much on it. I just know that one hurts, and I know that this young class they lose the Watson kid, they lose a few of the seniors, but the core of the class is back for one more try. But you would have guessed that these guys would have won some state titles, and they have not won one yet. So they'll try again next year in their their last go around with this group. And I'm sure Murph will get some more kids and coming through, et cetera, et cetera. But this one was one that I think they felt good about, and I think they felt like they were going to get it. So certainly ultra disappointing.
I feel bad. I saw Daniel's favorite English Premier League soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
As
The Hotspurs.
Is the Tottenham Hotspurs,
Yeah.
and they had a win yesterday that they of the level that they haven't had in 40 years, and
He used up his good karma.
I texted Daniel with congratulations, and I didn't even follow up with how Trinity do because I just assumed they had won.
Yeah, no, it was a long, painful ride back, and you go all the way down there to Fort Myers, man. It's tough. So tough one for the, but great year, and you just got to keep going, man. It's baseball,
Sure.
but there's something special about high school ball. It's like, when we talk baseball, baseball is different than a lot of the sports because travel ball is such a big deal now, and that's where the kids go to really get discovered. Unless you're elite of the elite of the elite, like if you're a first round pick, you'll get like I was watching last night. Oklahoma and Georgia played, and Kyson Witherspoon, the kid from Fletcher, was pitching. He's the SEC.
I wish I'd have tuned in for.
Yeah, he's like the SEC.
How'd he pitch?
Real well. Oklahoma won 3-2. He pitched great. He's the SEC.
Are those kids how big are those kids?
They were. I don't have. I don't know their size, but they're big.
You haven't seen them you saw them in high school.
High school, yeah. They're big. No, they're big kids, and
they're Brooks' age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think they're a year older. They were a year ahead of them. But he's going to go high. He's going to go top 10 of the draft.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good for them. It's always awesome with the kids you played with.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the cool things for us. Sean Reed Foley of the Mets. Or my kid's age, and so it's always like forever. My kid will be 100, but like in all-star, one of my boys hit like 3 home runs off of Sean. Fort Carolina and our team played each other 100 times. Don't get me wrong; they were the two best teams at that age group in the area.
Kyson is listed 6'2", 207.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's cool to watch these kids that you see play.
He's 98, man. I mean, he's humming it in his curveball.
Also known
bites.
as faster than Strider. That's what we call that.
Yeah. So anyway. There was that. Trinity lost. Florida lost last night.
Lost Ole Miss.
UNF's
That's
out.
a little silent.
Yeah. 3-1. The difference between this year and last year with Florida, I was telling you this in the break. I just think they're losing Luke Heyman for the year was now they get Shelton back next week, I believe. They think they will, but losing Luke Heyman on top of everybody else they lost, to me, I don't know that they can overcome all that. Now, will they host a regional or not? I don't know. I think they got a shot at it, but I think they probably needed to win that game last night. So they're out. The SEC baseball tournament's a tough one. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if coaches almost prefer to get knocked out and get
I was
out
wondering
of there.
that with O'Sullivan. You said that they were still playing perhaps for a seat, to host a regional, which is you'd want to do that. But.
Yeah, I thought that one would have kind of cinched it for them, but I don't know. I don't know where they stand. Let me get our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day in for you guys. You got me thinking yesterday, so I asked you guys. I asked this question. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, by the way, the Gators and the PGA Tour, offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate, 15 different locations throughout the city.
15 of them things.
15. That's correct. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all the information, sometimes sales events and whatever. First-time homeowners, just go to DreamfindersHomes.com. You'll be glad you did. All right, so here's the question. Travis Hunter's first-year stats on the offensive side of the ball. And it's catches. We go 50, 60, 75, 85. So it's 50. We go yards, 750, 900, 1,000, or plus 1,200. So it's 50, 750, and 5, 60, 906, 75, 1,007, 85 plus 1,210. What would be good enough?
What was third from the best?
75, 1,007.
That's good enough.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
E, what say you?
I think 6,900 is good enough.
6,906. That's the leader in the clubhouse, by the way, 39.3%. Only 6.6% expect 85 plus 1,210 touchdowns, that kind of year.
Which is kind of what Brian Thomas Jr. was able to do last year.
28% are 50, 750, and 5 touchdowns.
Are you asking what they expect he'll do or what will make them
what do you
okay
think?
with?
I think it's
Man,
it's
I got news for dumbed down expectations, but if you're okay with the number 2 pick in the draft who's going to be featured and premiered in your offense catching 50 balls, I can't play. I mean, that gum Jarrett Dillard to give you that in a rookie year.
Yeah.
That's way too low. 50?
Yeah.
You should have that by mid-season. Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that throughout the morning. You can vote on the.
But guys, let me ask you guys a question.
Mm-hmm.
Just who Jalen Williams, Jamal Murray. Better. I'm gonna pick one. Jalen Williams, Jamal Murray. You're taking Murray. Okay.
I was gonna say Jalen Williams.
Okay. Well, either way, it's close.
Very close.
Okay. Chet Holmgren, Michael Porter Jr.
Chet.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. You averaged 18 and 7.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Holmgren averaged 15 and 8. Probably closer than you think.
Okay.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon or Aaron Wiggins?
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Okay. I'm getting lower down. Russell Westbrook or Isaiah Hartenstein?
Oh, they're totally different.
I get, yeah, they are. I won't go any further, but this notion that Shea, is getting the MVP, Jokic had a better year, Shea's got more help. What's the litmus test I've always wanted for MVPs? I want to play out the end of the year. Who just met in the who just met in the playoffs?
Oklahoma City and Denver.
And Denver. And the two best players both showed up. The bottom line is that this goes in line with Shea winning the MVP. But I'm kind of in that group that thought, well, he's winning the MVP because they got the 68 wins and they've got this and that. But Denver has every bit probably the help that Shea Gilgeous has, and he's really established himself as the premier scorer in the league. And I just going to drop in that he was named MVP yesterday.
Yes, he was. And he won fairly comfortably.
Yeah, and he should.
And he says, you know what? He's a good kid. He's a nice kid. And they're big. One thing OKC does that's pretty cool is they're big on team. Like he was doing the interview on the pregame show, and he was with all his guys.
Yeah, they do. All of them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all. Yeah,
he got all his boys Rolexes, too.
Did he?
Yeah.
I will say the one thing that Oklahoma City does have that Denver doesn't is they go way down you got to go down to their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth leading scorer was Alex Caruso.
Wow.
Pretty good player.
Yeah.
Eighth leading scorer was Cason Wallace, that Kentucky kid who's just getting better and better. Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Hartenstein, Aaron Wiggins. No relation to Andrew, I guess. Aaron Wiggins is their fourth leading scorer. You would have gotten me an NBA fan on that one.
Where's he from?
Exactly.
College? I have no idea.
Michigan State, Maryland. Yeah, I'm going to Rutgers. One of those like
Maryland.
Yeah, one of those Mideastern kind of Big Ten kind of deals. All right.
Maryland.
You want to talk Doc Murphy?
Yes.
You have anything for him? Injured heart?
Yeah, sad.
You're listening to The Drill.
I want to say one thing right now before we go to break. The friendship-ometer with me and E. Not in a good place right now.
Bro, I didn't even give you nothing.
He really hadn't piled on that bad, has he?
I haven't.
He's throwing subtle hits.
Texted me last night at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, that's kind of your gig, man. That's the game you play, right?
It is.
Only with true fans. Only with people who know the game.
That bothers you more.
Yeah.
It does bother you more if you're not a fan. Like if somebody who doesn't have a dog in the fight jumps in, it bothers him more.
No dog in the fight.
I just texted him the eyes, let him know I was watching.
Okay. Friendship-ometer.
Just trying to feel
really peeking right
like
now.
you're in the same back seaty. Is that what you're doing?
Like, hey, give him a little nudge, like, hey, what's going on?
You guys should hop in the back seat and put the game on at the drive-in.
It wasn't a nudge of like, hey, I feel for you, buddy. It was like a ha-ha nudge.
Yeah. Again,
that shows character.
Yeah.
True character of Clay County's own people.
Yeah.
I'll let you all handle that one.
Listen to me, as probably the person in this world that knows Dan Hicken is good or better than everyone. I don't have as much sympathy for him in this battle because that's something that he has been guilty of more than you
gosh, yes.
Yeah. He doesn't have to have a dog in the fight either now. My God doesn't.
Sweet revenge.
Let Alabama beat Georgia and that janitor walk by, huh? You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Your go-to crew for a wake-up call that packs a punch.
We almost came to blows. We're like face-to-face, like a manager and an umpire. We're like, hey, we're not talking about it.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. Mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res man. Listen, I love Zero Res. The cleaning freaks come out to your house, man. They do a bang-up job. Great job. Make it look better, smell better, feel better. They can handle anything you throw at them. Throw them a surface. They'll knock it out of the park. Carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs. They'll do it all. Of course, air duct cleaning, as good as anybody. Don't believe me? Check out the raving customer reviews. More than 8,000 of them on Google rating. You'll see what the hype is all about. We're calling it Mayhem. Mayhem, and you get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet air duct cleaner with the Mayhem special. 3 rooms starting at $149, plus the 4th room is free. Take 20% off the air duct cleaning as well. Call Zero Res, 287-5727. Go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell me you want the 1010XL drill special. Zero Res, spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. The right way to clean.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
Poker players, get ready for the action. The $200 no-limit Hold'em Stars and Stripes Poker Tournament happens at Best Bet Orange Park on May 26th. With 6 starting flights and a guaranteed prize pool of $50,000, it's your chance to claim victory and win big. And there's more. Don't miss $42,000 in high hands every 30 minutes from 10 a.m. to midnight at all 3 locations. For more details on how to join the action, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Nuts?
What? 641-1010.
It's crazy. Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Make the most of every lawn with Kubota commercial landscaping equipment. From the productivity-boosting Z700 mower to the reliable SVL track loader, it's a lineup built to get the job done right. Because when your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that will never let you down. Visit Coastal Equipment in Jacksonville or McClenny.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home at the newly renovated 5-star ballpark this week and weekend. Join us tonight for Coors Light Thirsty Thursday, fireworks tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, plus free hats to the first 2,000 fans on Friday, courtesy of UF Health. done its Honey Drippers weekend with fireworks Saturday and Sunday. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable family fun.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
Ever wonder where your food comes from? Get back to the good old days with fresh produce delivered to you from local family farms. Subscribe today at doorbellfarms.com. Connecting real people with real family farms.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Dropkick Murphy's in the house. Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com for all your orthopedic needs. Doctor, good morning, sir.
Good morning, boys.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? What do you got cooking today?
Clinic at Center One.
All right. Old time, old school. Lots of stuff going on here. It's first off, the oven has been turned on, so always a reminder here to the folks who go outside, man. Hydrate. You're working out. Even young kids, right? I mean, we see this all. We'll get to football season when August rolls around and it stays hot. But we're in the 90s now, and it's you got to be careful when you're out there. Even if you're out golfing and you're older, drink some water, drink some Gatorade, drink some stuff.
Yeah, stay ahead of it. Yep. You can't do it at the last minute, so get ahead of that, because once you're in that heat kind of exhaustion phase and stroke type thing, you're in trouble. So get ahead of that.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob deGrom's been a good story. He's come back. I give him credit. He's missed on and off 2 years. He's gotten all the way to this point so far, and he's an elite pitcher who is topping off at 99. So good for him. Certain guys just battle injuries. We've talked about him a few times. He pitched last night for the Rangers against the Yankees. It's interesting because he looks like he has a beautiful throwing motion, like a natural, but yet he still is just a guy who has always suffered arm injuries.
Yeah, and I'm not an expert on mechanics of
Right.
these guys, but yeah, there's got to be something in that the way he torques his elbow or shoulder, that he's putting a little more stress on it than he needs to.
We watched last year. I watched this kid with the Pittsburgh Pirates named Jared Jones, and he was one of those hard throwing flamethrower 100 mile an hour. And they were talking about, well, you got him and you got Paul Skeens, and watch out. Well,
They got that other kid who right now has got 3 games, 0.2 ERA going. What is it? You know what I'm talking about?
Faulkner,
yeah.
Well, Jared Jones is going to undergo elbow surgery and will miss the remainder of the season, according to the club's senior director of sports medicine. Did not offer specifics of what kind of surgery Jones is undergoing on a recovery timeline.
Upper body.
Had some elbow issues and had a, quote, setback. Last week when we started throwing 100 feet, the arm didn't feel good. That's when we made the decision. Talk to me about what that sounds like. Is it Tommy John?
Yeah, it sounds like he had a partial tear, and they were trying to PRP it and rehab it, and then they're slowly getting him back, and it's not working because
he had a strained UCL back in March.
Yeah, that's a partial tear, and so they thought they'd get away with it. And as you really throw hard, it opens up, and he has pain, and he can't do it. So
it's a tough deal. It's a tough thing to deal with, Doc, right? Because I've seen one guy has made it through and not needed that surgery. I can remember it distinctly. He pitched for us. He's now in Kansas City. His name's Seth Lugo. He had a partial tear, so they didn't want him to be a starting pitcher. They used him out of the bullpen. And however they did it, they effectively have managed it. If you have a partial tear or a strained UCL, does it? Dumb question, but does it eventually fuse back if you make it through and like take care of it?
So if it's just a partial tear where it's not stretched to the point that it disrupted the fibers, if you disrupt the fibers, they're forever stretched and aren't going to be as taut as they need to be to support the elbow when you stress it. So if you get it early where it's just truly a partial tear or a sprain where you didn't rip the fibers truly, you might get away with that and try to get it to heal with rest, PRP, bracing, all those things. But once you've torn it, even to whatever degree, you start torquing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs on your elbow, and it's going to be a problem.
Will the MRI show that? Like, does it get that specific with the fibers that you just mentioned? Like, when you go look, you go, well, here's why I think you need surgery because... Yes.
It'll light up, and you can tell whether it's truly a partial tear or it's just a sprain where the fibers are still intact.
Yeah.
Spencer Strider's lost us 5 or 6 miles per hour of velocity. You know, but back in the day when he'd start a game, he'd be at 99, 100. And the end of the game, he'd be at 95, 96. Now he's starting games at 95, 96. He's in them at 92, 93. Obviously, he's coming off of that brace surgery for the Tommy John injury. He's had Tommy John in his past, which he recovered from and was throwing 100 when he had this injury. Because his velocity has hovered at that area, maxed at that area throughout the rehab and spring training and simulated in his first start and now this one, I'm going to take the injured hamstring completely out of the equation here. Will this velocity come back, Doc? Is it a matter of still gaining enough strength to be able to throw that hard? Is it a matter of just kind of either subconsciously or consciously dialing back as a pitcher? Is a velocity ramp up part of part of your rehab, even if that ramp up is continuing while you're actually playing again?
So that's a really good question and a difficult one to answer. So he, having had Tommy John before, now they did the internal brace, which, that's liken that to if you had a sprained ankle and you're going to put a cast on something, right? So you mobilize it to some degree to let it heal. That's what that brace is. So you do that if you have a partial tear that you're trying to let heal, or if you're going to repair it and put a ligament in and you want to protect that in the early rehab so you can rehab it early with that brace.
They did just the first option?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't think they did.
They did the actual surgery. They just put the brace.
I think they put the brace in.
Okay.
So in theory, you're trying to get something to heal. So I don't think that's going to work. So I don't think it's going to change much. So you're not going to heal. If he had a reconstructed ligament and he now injured it again, it's going to be stretched. Is it going to heal? Probably not. This may give him a little support to try and get it to heal, but it's not going to make it taut enough that he's going to be able to rip the ball that we're used to without the apprehension feeling that you've talked about or actual pain that prohibits him from doing.
So it's possible that Spencer Strider, even at a young age, is going to have to transition from a 9900 mile an hour thrower to a 95 mile an hour pitcher. By the way, 95, even though we talk about 90s come and go, it's still hard. Most starters aren't throwing 95 in the 5th inning. Most of them are.
Yeah, that would be my prediction.
Yeah, no bueno. I need a different answer. Just go in the other room, come back with a better answer. I need a better answer than that for Spencer Strider and the Braves. Listen, the one reason the tush push is having a hard time being banned is try as they may, they can't come up with an injury concern. That's the only thing that would make it real easy for these sissy teams that are afraid to stop the play and would rather somebody step in and tell the big, bad, mean men from Philadelphia they can't run it anymore. It looks like a play, Doc, that is never going to be one that offers more injury risk than any other standard play in football. In fact, it's the one play where people move the slowest. Are they ever going to be able to use injury concern as a reason?
Well, if they link it to rugby, so the scrum in a rugby game is a very, very dangerous thing.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah. So you're all locked in there, but it's different because they're kind of locked together. And so if somebody falls or one guy goes down, everybody's locked, and you can really hurt somebody. I want a bad story, but I know a guy that was playing as a medical student when I was in medical school and playing rugby and broke his neck. He was paralyzed.
Dang.
You know, those things happen, but it hasn't happened in football because they're not locked together.
They're not going side to side.
Yeah, they're not all one common, one linked up change. So it's a little different, but that would be the corollary in that kind of a
The
play.
Eagles claim that they've gone through the medical, research and with doctors and such. And so there's a difference in medical research simply showing what injuries have occurred to this point and what research shows the actual probability of an injury occurring is. So in other words, you've got to be careful in the NFL. This just isn't a situation where, yes, it is more dangerous. It just hasn't manifested yet.
Well, you have your nose guard down there and you have three guys behind the quarterback pushing that are, 300-pound guys. That's a lot of force if it were to happen that he fell and they landed on him or whatever. So I don't know. That's a theoretical possibility, but it hasn't been borne out.
If you have
yet.
any phobias and you're an NFL player, I hope none of them are claustrophobia. Could you imagine being on the bottom of one of those plays, man? And you got a bunch of 300-pound people on you.
I think that'd be great.
And at the end of the day, you're like, oh, my God, please get off. Get off. I'd be on the bottom. Get off. Get off. I can't.
I love that. I wish the Eagles center had claustrophobia.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We can't run it. You worry about are high velocity injuries.
Right. Like, I would think it would be more dangerous on 4th and 1 to hand it to a fullback and let him battery ram into the middle. Maybe it's not, but it
or
sure
he tries to jump the pile, flips over randomly and lands on his head. Right. That's, outlaw that one.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, I got one more I want to run by because we focused on the pitchers and the arms today. And there's one out there that I don't understand. And I'm guessing if he was only a pitcher, he'd be back pitching already. And I'm guessing that he's had to have been cleared by the doctors, but they're just taking it slow because they can. And that's the Shohei Ohtani story. Shohei Ohtani had his second Tommy John in September of 23. Right? So that is 20 months ago. You're going to tell me he's not ready to pitch?
He's not ready to pitch now. He's never going to be ready to pitch based on that.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
if his elbow isn't ready now, it's never going to be ready.
I never understood.
This is what they say.
Yeah. Why do they hold them when they're ready?
Well,
that's dumb.
It's dumb.
Yeah, well,
right?
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Medically, it makes no sense.
All right, so he mixed in breaking pitches for the first time in a throwing session Tuesday. Now, look, it's 20 months, and I'm suggesting that if he were a pitcher only, his rear end would be back pitching because that's his livelihood. But he can make his livelihood hitting and winning MVPs, so we're no rush. And the Dodgers are such a great team. We'll get you, we need you in August, September, October. So, but these like not lies, but these like half-truths where, we're getting closer to facing live hitting for the first time since the surgery. Put somebody up there, get on the mound, and throw. It's 20 months. It's healed, right? Am I wrong?
Oh, absolutely. It's healed. Now, have they gone through all the steps to get him pitcher ready? Yes, they do. I don't know
and that may be more difficult being an everyday position player.
Yeah, maybe
as far as
he hasn't gone through the progression to throw hard, but there's no medical reason why he could not have.
If anyone can break that right arm and render it ultimately useless, it's the Dodgers who can do it. So I would encourage him to go ahead and put him back out on the mound, and in 3 weeks he'll have another impingement or another strain.
To that point, Doc, this is the Dodgers pitching staff this year who have been or currently hurt. Michael Kopech, right shoulder impingement. Blake Trinan, Sasaki, Glasnow, Snell, Gonsolin, Enriquez, hurt, ironically, Kyle Hurt, Kershaw, Evan Phillips.
Yeah, and 3 or 4 of those
guys who have gone on the shelf this year so far.
And this happens every year with them, by the way.
Every year.
So I
don't know what they do out there, but
maybe they wait too long to unleash a guy. Can that ever come into play? Like waiting past the point that you could go full and you don't go full? Probably not.
If you waited a long time and didn't have them prep up to it and said, okay, like to your point, go throw a fastball. That might bother him. But
this is what
but he's healed. Man, the guy's healed at this point.
This is what the manager said. I'm just waiting for the green light from the people that are sort of managing Shohei's rehab.
Well, somebody's sort of managing it, and nobody's managing it. It sounds like.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah. He just dumped on his medical staff.
And by the way, if you do need Tommy John, that's only a 5 or 6 month wait as a hitter, isn't it?
It's probably a little longer.
But he came back. He came back pretty quick for the 24 season, didn't he, Dan?
Who?
Or did he not have surgery, Shohei?
He had it September 23.
And didn't he in early 24 play? I mean, he hit 50-50 last year. Yeah, he played as a hitter in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess that's more than 4 months. That's more like 6 months.
Quick question from one of our guys. Asked Doc Murphy, my sophomore son this year in spring tore his patella partial tear, dislocated kneecap. Okay. Elected to not have surgery, came back at end of the season, played the last 4 games this year. In spring, complete tear and dislocation surgery scheduled for June 9th. Going to miss his whole junior year. Is being recruited at this point. Would you let him play if he wants to a senior year?
So timeline now after getting it fixed would be. So if he's
year and a half.
So I'm a
little more than a year.
He's going to miss this year.
Yeah, he's going to have surgery in
year.
He's going to
June. Yeah.
No, he's not missing 2 full years. He's missing 1 year. He's going to have surgery in June, miss his junior year. Will he be ready to go in the fall of his senior year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Right,
I'm clear as to whether he tore his patella tendon.
Yeah,
I would be surprised. It's probably more. If his kneecap's dislocating, you rip the medial patellofemoral ligament, which connects the kneecap to the femur, is probably what he ripped. And when you completely dislocate it a couple times, then you usually have that rebuilt with a cadaver graft, as opposed to trying to just tighten it up through a scope. So that's probably what he's going to have done, and that's 3 months you're kind of healed. 6 months you're
so by
his
he could be totally back to full strength by what would be his senior year.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we wish you well. Fast healing.
Great stuff, Doc. As
Thank you,
always.
Doc. Appreciate you. JacksSportsTalk.com and right here inside the injury report every Thursday morning. See you next week.
Thank you, boys.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He's 1010XL's tackle eligible.
You a football player?
And he's always open.
Now go out and catch the ball for a change, all right?
Hi, Leon Searcy on XL Primetime. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get the 2 for you deal. Avgolimino soup, dolmades, tzatziki with a Great Greek gyro, falafel pita, or Great Greek rice bowl for just $15. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill off 210 and St. John's Parkway.
Looking for that designer engagement ring like Tacori or Viraggio? Then hear this. The only locally owned authorized dealer here for these exquisite rings is Beard's Diamonds. Beard's is your destination for the top names in bridal design. Tacori, Viraggio, Sylvie, Gabriel & Company, Gnome Carver, and more. If she's seen it on Pinterest or in a bridal magazine, Beard's has it. Exquisite, handcrafted, and made in America. So you can get her the ring of her dreams without having to go to one of those national mega chain jewelers. At Beard's, there's no big company rules, no Wall Street sales goals, no impersonal service. The non-commissioned experts at Beard's Diamonds will take their time and let you see dozens of ring styles from all the most sought-after designers. Beard's is proud to be Jacksonville's premier jeweler for nearly 45 years. We're committed to this area and promise an authentic, refined, and risk-free experience without markups, without pricing games, without corporate red tape getting in the way of making you happy. Beard's Diamonds, Jacksonville's diamond store, at the shops at St. John's Town Center.
Hey, it's Carline here. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise Free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter. And you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor climate-controlled showrooms. It's cool, comfortable, hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
DUI? BUI? Don't stress. Call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Yo, ET here, and I need you to beat the heat this summer with cool escapes and non-stop fun in Clay County. Tackle indoor adventures head on. Throw axes at Live by Axe or smash your stress away at Just Smash That. Then kick back with drinks, good food, and fandom vibes at Nakama Anime Bar or Leaderboard Arcade and Bar. Whether you're blowing off steam or just looking to chill, Clay County got your perfect indoor getaway. Find your cool at exploreclay.com. That's exploreclay.com.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by TopDressing.com. The FSU Seminoles get ready to kick off their ACC tournament run tomorrow, entering the tournament as the number 2 seed for the first time since 2014. FSU went 17-10 in ACC play this season, seeking their first conference tournament title since 2018. Noles head coach Link Jarrett spoke ahead of the game, speaking on the luxury of having multiple players being able to start on the mound.
You know, when you look ahead, you want to make sure you're aligning things for the following weekend too, so you keep the regional round in mind as you look at who you would throw and how much they would throw in this tournament. Quite frankly, we're not there yet. We do have a lot of good options. I do think all 3 of our guys are available, and that's a pretty neat luxury. And the bullpen is rested.
The Noles and the Duke Blue Devils tomorrow, first pitch at 3. It's 72 degrees at 8:07. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome back. 8 o'clock hour, hanging out here. Gators are 38-20 after the loss to Ole Miss. They'll wait for their fate from the NCAA Tournament Committee. I guess the last projection has them at the Georgia Tech Regional. So everything will be subject to change. Georgia Tech Regional will be just fine. Like I said, I don't think that this Florida team has enough like last year's due to the injuries. I think what they have been able to do has been terrific. But yeah, I don't think so. Knicks blow one to the Pacers last night. It's just unbelievable. It's going to be hard to get over it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're going to have to make some quick adjustments, get back and win game 2.
I feel like Halliburton is kind of like lingering kind of in like that villain, just not quite sure if he wants to go all in on being villain. Because his reactions promote this villain image. Because I would feel, I'm sure Cavs fan feels the same way you do in others, because he's very demonstrative that way. And then you had the deal with his dad, yet his personality and his words in the postgame don't identify as a villain.
It doesn't match that.
So it's hard to, I don't know, it's hard. Where's he going to land? He's kind of like floating between being like a showman or a villain.
He does a lot of subliminal things too. Like he wore Timberlands, which is like an iconic thing for New Yorkers. He'll wear clothes like kind of mocking the guy.
He does, and he'll do like he did the big got a big set, need a stool, and the NBA said, hey man, to table that. He's just kind of, I'm wondering where he. this would probably be a fiercer argument if he were a Celtic or a Laker or a Knick even. Pacers are just so vanilla, aren't they?
Who are the top 5 quarterback wide receiver duos heading into this season?
You're asking me? Okay.
And I just want one wide receiver. I don't want.
Yeah, I got you. You're not allowed
quarterback to wide receiver. Top 5.
All right.
You and E, give me names. I'll tell you yay or nay.
Oh, yeah.
Name names.
Joe and Jamar.
That's number 1.
This is the interesting part of this here that I think the point Hick is going to get to is there's not a great matchup of the very best quarterback and the very best receiver. Like Burrow and Chase is the only one probably where you get 2 top 3 guys together.
Yeah.
Like
top 3, yeah.
Right. The others, you're going to have one side of it and the other. All right. So, like, that's what a fun question. All right. I'm going to.
I think there's I think this is a pretty good list.
There's 10. I can come up with 10 easy, but one of
certainly debatable.
One or the other doesn't equal Burrow or Chase. I guess that's my point.
I would probably flip 2 and 3, but
all right. So let me just spitball a few out here, just because. And by the way, there's some up and comers that you might want to wonder about.
That's right.
So here are the ones that I'm going to include. I just don't think that Josh Allen has a receiver good enough to put in that category.
Correct.
Is Tua good? This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Tyreek, sure. Tua, I don't know, but let's go Tua Tyreek.
Yeah.
Got to put them in there. They've been incredibly productive, although last year, no.
Tua Tyreek, they're 10th.
Wow.
Yep.
It's a little low. Jets, no.
Tyreek didn't do squat last year.
I know,
though.
but still. But he's, maybe if that was the beginning of the end, then you're right. But if it was just a down year and he goes back for 1,600, he's not that far removed from being like maybe the best.
Don't you feel like that's a teetering one?
I do.
Like Cheetah's I do. Cheetah's got a shelf life, right?
I do.
In any town.
But I'm not sure I wouldn't put Waddle into a higher than 10. I'm not sure. I mean, he's pretty proven, 100 catch.
That's a lot of credit for Tua.
Didn't you? Okay. Lamar's A. Flowers.
Nah.
No, I know. I'm going through. I'm going through.
They're 7th.
Yeah. Browns, no. Steelers, no. Stroud, Nico Collins.
Ooh. 9th.
Colts, no.
Them Eagles.
Trevor BTJ, that might be top 10.
Nope.
Just outside. Titans, no. Broncos, no. Chiefs, are they going Worthy? Mahomes because he's so good? Or Rice?
Nope.
Eagles.
See, here's the interesting thing about the NFL and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
That you can have a list that includes any quarterback combo of any sort or fashion and not put Patrick Mahomes in the top 10. It's a bad list. You can have Patrick Mahomes, Dan Hicken. It's top 10.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that as great as Patrick Mahomes has been, I think statistically and such the last couple years and they have not had a great passing attack. I mean,
they made the right plays, but they're not explosive.
They won the Super Bowl 2 years ago with their defense, and last year they didn't win.
I heard the same thing about a guy named Brady. And I like him.
I'm sure he'll be back, but as of right now, I got no problem with. And
I think once you throw for your 5,000 and your 45 touchdowns, you are free to just win the game, no matter what, no matter how.
Yeah.
And I don't feel the need for fans or media or any otherwise to say that I had a 48,000 or 4,800 yard passing year. We're going to do what it takes to win here.
Yeah.
So, which they don't always do. They've lost a couple now.
Not in the top 10.
All right. So Herbert McConkey.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't give you
You're
any.
missing some obvious ones.
I'm going through the list. I'm not missing anything. Dak CD.
Dak CD 2.
That's too high. Dak's getting way too much credit there. I don't like this list. Okay. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts.
That's 4.
Yeah, that should be high.
Mm-hmm.
McLaurin, Jaden Daniels.
That's 7.
Caleb, no. Goff, Amon-Ra.
That's 3. I would put Goff, Amon-Ra. It's 2.
Okay, I got no problem with that. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't put. You got to leave Justin Jefferson out because of the quarterback.
You got to.
He ain't there.
Yeah. Falcons, no. Penix not ready. Panthers, no. Saints, no. All right. Mayfield, Mike Evans.
They're 6th.
Cardinals, no. Stafford, Puka.
They're 5th. That's it.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yep. So it's Bengals. It's Burrow, Chase, Prescott, Lamb, Goff, Amon-Ra, Hurts, Brown, Stafford, Puka. Those are your top 5.
My hot take on the list.
Hot take
is that it was put together by a Cowboys fan. because there ain't no way in hell that Dak and CD are number 2.
Yeah, Dak's getting way too much credit.
Yeah, that's too much.
Well, I could have lived with him at 3.
Yeah, 3 is fine.
I can't live with a 3. You got to win more, I think. I don't know. Although this isn't a win who wins. Is it a prolific? What's the actual phraseology?
They won 12 games or better 3 straight years.
Haven't been anywhere, dude. They've had top seeds and can't win and go to a conference championship game.
Okay, so it's...
And CeeDee Lamb's numbers weren't great last year either while we're downing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Dak's been hurt a couple of times. Yeah, I don't. That's too much. I think. Right now, would you rather have Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb or Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter, or BTJ, or Justin Herbert and Lad McConkey? A lot of those guys. I'm not saying he's not top 10. I got a list where
Dak's put up some regular season numbers that Trevor hadn't come close to.
That wasn't the question.
So,
Dak is any quarterback combo list that has Dak 2 and Patrick Mahomes out of the top 10 is a stretch for me.
Problem with Trev is, again, he
doesn't have the numbers. He had not had bulk numbers even in a successful year.
They throw out, like I got one staring right at me, and we've seen it before, and there's more to it than stats, and we could ask 25 football people, and they would take Trevor 24-1 over this guy. But the truth is, they got the same dadgum stats, and that's Trevor Lawrence and
Daniel Jones.
Yes.
Yep.
Same stats.
This is crazy.
Same record.
One
same
win.
Total yards. Same passing touchdowns to interceptions, passer rating, completion percentage. It's the same. Stunning.
It's crazy.
Not good. And I talked to it was tweeting with some of the Trevor supporters, and I get it, man. We all agree on a lot of stuff.
But them numbers are identical.
It's hard to get past some of that stuff. We were doing it yesterday a little bit with Trevor, and again, with Trevor, my biggest problem with Trevor Lawrence are the first 4 games of last year. But now and they weren't good enough. But now we've gone to, the coaching staff sucked. Okay. And I don't disagree. And the press Doug thing didn't work, but they certainly were trying at the beginning of the season. We were coming off 2 9-8s. We were going to go make some. Everybody was trying at the beginning of the season, and it didn't work. So anyway, it's obviously we can beat this dead horse to death. It's a prove it season, and we'll see. And I think he will. I think he'll do well. I'm excited to watch him and watch him with Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter.
I think most people are.
Yeah,
it should be. As you build a team to have this, we haven't had this kind of potential
in the
passing game since it was Brunell, Jimmy Smith, and Keenan McCardell. Nowhere close. We haven't come anywhere close to having this kind of potential on offense.
And Tony may not want to hear this, our friend Tony Baselli, but and Liam Cohen, and they had a lot of success running the football, and I'm all for running the football, but my strength is throwing it. So I'm throwing it. If I got these 2 guys, and if Travis Hunter is like, whoa,
yeah,
we know what Brian Thomas Jr. is.
Yeah.
I'm spreading that ball out, and then I'll run. But I'm throwing it. If I got those, if that's my strength, and I think it is, their pass blocking was better than their run blocking. Their receivers are better than their running backs. I'm throwing it, which kind of goes a little bit against that night. But I'm not going to force.
No, the Bucs threw it plenty. I get it. They're getting all this credit for running. You don't consider the Bucs a running team. Baker Mayfield threw 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns. That's not a running team. That's a well-rounded team. They happen to be higher in this in the statistics. And let's also remember that the Bucs are playing in that pitiful NFC South where they get to just run the ball all over any and everyone 6 times a year.
Right. And we're in the pitiful AFC
That's true
South.
Too. We didn't run it well though. I'm just saying as far as that's why they're going to have a human. I think you're perfectly rationally hope/expect to get a large percentage of Baker Mayfield's numbers out of Trevor Lawrence. That's when you become alarmed. That's when I become alarmed. That's when I don't believe. There's 1,000 reasons why you can choose to or not to.
Bucks ran for 149 a game, but they threw for 250 a game.
Yeah, 250 a game is probably also top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just had a
yards per game. The Bucks were third.
Perfectly well-rounded offense, and and that was put together and run, and the playbook and the play calling was Liam Cohen. All things he's going to do here. So
let's hope so.
Let's expect that you would have similar results.
Let's grab a
By
break.
the way, I think we did in that quarterback duo.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that we're dismissing too quickly what R.I.P Rice was. So you say, like 2 years ago, R.I.P Rice was coming on. He was a 1,000-yard receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a tough sell for me. Anyway, it is a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. If you have tree issues in your yard, you want to get stuff done, whether it's just some, some manicuring or some landscaping, or you have an emergency, for any and all jobs, trust my friends at Custom Tree Surgeons and CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Hey, May is Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month. Thinking here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. They want you to be aware of that, but they want you to live that every single day. In other words, they want you to protect your skin from the sun. The oven's on here in Jacksonville, Florida, man. You're outside for a lengthy period of time, and you got to put that hat on. Cover those ears up. Long sleeve dry fits, sunscreen, whatever it takes. Take care of your skin, and that's what the folks at Beaches Dermatology, Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery, they'll help you do just that. I've been going there for decades, man. I couldn't speak any more highly of a group of doctors. They take great care of me. They check out my skin. If I see something, I ask them. And listen, if you see something, go get it checked out. There's lots of locations to serve you. Best bet, go to beachesdermatology.com. That's right, go online. Find the location best to serve you. Make your appointment. You'll be glad you did. beachesdermatology.com.
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here, reminding you the 4th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic is right around the corner. We sure appreciate our friends at Dailies, always making it possible, and appreciate so many of you who have played over the years. This year, we're back at Deer Creek Country Club Monday, June 9th at 9 a.m. with tons of prizes, auction items, and an awful lot of fun. You'll even meet some of our young walk-off players. Just go to walkoffcharities.com for more information. Can't wait to see you on June 9th at the Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hey, time to jump the shark a little bit and tell you about a game changer. Hicken here. I've tested the field, and the winner is Checkmate Coatings. Checkmate Coatings, my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. And when you talk coatings, right? Garage, oh, man. Patio, yes. Pool decks, Driveways. Checkmate Coatings is your winner. Brendan's the owner. Great dude, local guy. Went to Bishop Kenny High School. Shout out to the Crusaders. Owner of Checkmate Coatings. He's got Jacksonville crews keeping prices low with no massive overhead. Slam dunk them floors at checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. Dylan Denmark here with 1010XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to and should be yours. Online at kuhnflowers.com.
Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations providing advanced urological care to improve men's health and sexual vitality. Don't suffer through prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Visit ackermanurology.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hey, welcome back to the program. Hanging out here, rocking and rolling, making some good things happen, talking some ball. It's what we do. Tush Push stays. 10 teams voted against the Tush Push ban, according to Adam Schnepner, including our Jags.
I wonder how the players feel about the Tush Push, like the actual players.
I tell you what, Kelsey. Hey, Jason Kelsey. You know, Jason Kelsey went in and
spoke credit.
Spoke for the Tush Push and then didn't talk afterwards to the media people who were there because he wasn't there for the media. Oh, okay.
Like he's not media.
By the way, you are media, dummy. So it was annoying. You know, that's one of the things about bringing in guys, you know, like that. You know, they're bigger than, you know, whatever. Just go do your podcast with your brother. Most people are kind of sick of you. By the way, the other thing is he is
the center on the team that originated it, so he does have a perspective there. They might want to hear.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So come tell us what you think. I saw brother, by the way, shirtless. He looked like one of us. I don't know how hard he's working out.
Well,
didn't he threaten to retire one year?
Yeah, he always is.
Yeah.
But I think he said afterward, no, like a week after the Super Bowl, said he'd be back. But again, you got you got a lot of things you got to do with that high maintenance gala is.
One of the things that's pretty cool, just mention this on the side, but with video now and stuff, is you can do lots of things and save it for years. And this one school, I don't know, it's a private school somewhere.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You see that?
Yeah, with the kids.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So they videotaped the kid when he was in 6th grade, starting in the school.
Scott's Tots from The Office.
Right.
You know.
So he comes in and sits down, a little 6th grade kid, and he says his name, and he asks questions of himself for when he's a senior. And then they split screen it, so they got the 6th grader asking the same kid,
and then he answers himself
as a senior, and he answers himself.
Did he?
Are you a math or a science guy? Or are you?
Is your favorite food still Mexican?
Yeah, absolutely. You still love
really
Star
funny.
Wars? What school are you going to?
Yeah.
I'm going to Yale, buddy.
I'm going to Yale.
That's great. I wonder.
It was good.
Do you, as the senior, remember the 6th grade questions?
I don't think they remember the questions necessarily, but I'm sure they remember taping it.
Yeah. But I wonder if you do that really good, you let them tape it, and then it's never referenced again. And 6 years later, out of nowhere, you pull them up and you say, "Hey, remember what we did?"
So they got their little tablet. They're
maybe not
looking
even
down
tell
at
them, "Hey, you could go in and not even say you're comparing."
Yeah,
like you just find who you asked the first time, and then come back and ask. Yeah,
but I thought it was good. I thought that was good. The other thing that I like on social media, I think you mentioned this the other day, but now it's full bore and it almost is too much. but the baby's dressed up.
I know, it's great.
And they're putting in the voices.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love watching the Joe Rogan because they get such silly conversations.
I got one yesterday.
It's really funny.
Sam Kinison.
Yeah. I've seen him before. I don't know if I've seen this one. This is
so the baby is dressed up as Sam Kinison. He kind of looks like him, a baby Sam Kinison. Right?
Are they actual babies or are they AI? I kind of think it might be computerized.
Oh, I'm sure
AI.
it's AI.
Yeah, okay,
I'm guessing
but
it's
anyway,
AI.
But they take the quote of the real person.
Yeah,
yeah. I've seen that.
Sam Kinison. He's like, I don't understand why we've been taking food to people who are starving across the pond for 40 years. We should take them U-Hauls instead. Why would we take them U-Hauls? Because they live in the desert with nothing but sand. Nothing can grow. And he's got the little baby screaming, and it just is. So I got that one. I got 3 yesterday that stuck out to me. I got that one. Then I got your favorite crooner with young Kenny Rogers and young Dolly Parton belting out Islands in the Stream. That was kind of funny as babies. Right. And then the last one I got that I had to save was Chris Farley in a van down by the river with his glasses, pulling up his pants.
Yeah. As a baby? Oh, these were all his babies? Yeah, all I've seen of the babies would be like me and you.
Gosh.
If they put Baby Dan and Baby Jeff and showed a segment of our show.
Yeah.
And
which would be good. We got to do that.
Yeah, well, we should do that. So have you guys seen this little viral Twitter post where they put side by side the exact same route from Travis Hunter day 1 versus day 2?
Yep.
And how, as we said, well, that's why it's minicamp. If he is rounding it wrong or doing it wrong, we trust he'll be able to correct it. And he went from some rounded off, misangled route day 1 to the second one, like crisp and precise.
Yeah.
Ball right in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, you dumb A's.
Yeah.
That's why it's a dumb A perspective to have, and you are just a dumb. It's not a dumb A perspective. If you say after day 1 of minicamp that Travis Hunter, quote, can't run routes, you are a dumb A.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beyond having a dumb A opinion. You literally are a dumb A. So there you go. Route running problem solved, apparently. But yeah, I'm down with those little baby deals. Those are pretty cool. Did you guys see the? By the way, Travis is getting married Saturday. Are we aware of that?
We'd heard he was getting married this summer. I didn't know it was
It's this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting married this week. I want to say in South Carolina somewhere. Did you get invited, Dan?
I did not.
You're going to stay on the DL there? You're going to low-key this one?
I'll be in the city.
He's low-keyed his perspective on the relationship.
I don't want to do that again. I mean, I wish him well.
Yeah,
I mean, he's one of us now,
Yes,
man.
absolutely. She's ours. Did you see police have filed charge? I don't like this side of the story. It's tragic enough. I don't need another angle to it. And, man, I still remember being 2021. I got mixed feelings on these things. But a 21-year-old is being charged in that accident where the young man fell over the fence and fell on his head in Pittsburgh.
Oh, the baseball joint?
You see the guy who fell over the fence is 20, and he was at the game with his 21-year-old buddy who was doing the buying of the beers that night. Everyone says it's there. They had 2 beers.
That ain't right.
That's wrong, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right.
Pennsylvania police have filed charges against the friend of the fan who fell from the stands. The guy that fell is 20 years old. His friend is 21 and bought beers for the both of them multiple times during the game. Come on, man. I would rather you, honestly, and I don't want this either, I would rather you arrest someone in the Phillies organization for allowing a 20-year-old to drink.
Pirates.
Or Pirates, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
No.
But this is like this. This is like this one in society. When a parent, through a terrible mistake of laxness, loses a kid.
Right.
And then they want to charge them.
Right.
Like a parent has a gun put away somewhere seemingly safe, and the daughter or the kid tragically shoots himself and dies, and then they want to put the parent in prison. Eek.
Those are tough ones. All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is The Drill on a Thursday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Jacksonville's other sports team. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Keon Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well, with new savings during our grand opening sale. Keon Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Keon Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, anytime. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. I've been going to Doc T for, a long time. And he said, Hick, I'm going into concierge medicine. I said, Doc, what's that? He said, well, if you don't feel well, you come see me that day. I said, that's cool. You know, normally sometimes you're not feeling well, you try to get an appointment. We can't get to you till next week, right? Now with Doc T, he'll get you in right away. You got a medical emergency, here's his personal phone number. Call him. He was out at the Guggen with us, hanging out, man. Doc T's the guy. He's the man. It's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club. Like, I had my physical, and he sat down and went over everything with me and all the numbers, explained things to me. He had time. It wasn't like he was in a hurry, right? He's got time to practice medicine. As far as doctors, he's the best. Navy trained, Wake Forest grad, been around forever. Yearly physicals, officer virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups. You got questions, mypvconcierge.com has all your answers, including the pricing structure. It's not bad at all. I'm telling you, mypvconcierge.com.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
Power bill just went up again? Why keep paying more? Clay Solar can wipe that electric bill out. Right now, they'll cover your first 6 months' payments. Visit claysolar.com today to schedule your free consultation. claysolar.com.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 22nd, 1930, Lou Gehrig, New York Yankees' future Hall of Fame first baseman, became the first player to hit 3 home runs in 3 different games.
Man, jack of all trades,
Masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
This Memorial Day, Navy Mutual salutes Yogi Berra, an 18-time All-Star catcher for the Yankees. Berra was a member of the U.S. Navy during World War II. Berra served as a gunner's mate on the USS Bayfield during the D-Day invasion.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
We are in season, baby. It's spring selling season in the real estate business. Rates are down, activity is up, and now is the best time in years to sell your home. Now, some homes are sitting on the market. There's no reason, no excuse. You got to hire the experts who can maximize equity and minimize hassle. That's the key. And that key, those agents, Chad and Sandy Newman. Whether you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it, maybe your family's growing, you need more space, doesn't matter your reason or rationale, Chad and Sandy are going to offer you up a guarantee that can't be beat. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. It's as simple as that. It's why we trust them. Pick your move date, no long-term contracts, cancel at any time. Christopher on Anastasia Island said his home was too big for his needs and wanted someplace smaller and easier. It set 388 days without selling. Off to Chad and Sandy. I heard on the radio multiple offers and sold in 3 days. You can get this kind of response at ChadAndSandy.com. That's ChadAndSandy.com.
Hey, Hicken here. So much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149 plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the Hicken Special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Ever wonder where your food comes from? Give back to the good old days with fresh produce delivered to you from local family farms. Subscribe today at doorbellfarms.com. Connecting real people with real family farms.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Your boy's cool in the gang be in town this weekend, and of course you're leaving.
Yeah.
Flying the coop.
They're not my boys anymore.
Yeah. He let you know. How's the friendshipometer? Have you guys
we're
come
working
together
on
at
it.
all?
We're talking it out.
Every time I come back in, you're all cozy in there. Things seem to be okay.
It's okay. It's just it's a little hurtful. Hurtful. A little hurtful. I was a little surprised by his actions, quite frankly.
He hurt you
like I tell my kids all the time. And I'd say the same to E because I love him like a son.
If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all?
No. Don't be like me. Be better than me.
I need that to be true, E.
Scotty Scheffler had an interesting thing to say yesterday. He said, I'm still here playing the PGA Tour. We had a tour where we all played together, and the guys that left, it's their responsibility, I think, to bring the tours back together. Go see where they're playing this week and ask them.
That's fair.
When asked when a solution to the stalemate in pro golf is coming.
I get it. If you stayed on PGA Tour, I'm tired of being asked about these guys.
Yeah.
Go ask Jay Mott. Go ask somebody that cares.
Yeah.
We got a tournament. We get paid the same this week. They can play wherever they want to play.
I'm making plenty of money thanks to them.
Yeah. We're learning something in sports. You draw very intense, bitter fan reaction when you do ceremonial things. What was one of the worst marketing decisions gone bad early last year? It just set the tone for mockery. You remember? Trevor Bank Stadium. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
They went Trevor Bank and they lost to the Browns. The Knicks are facing a little bit of that this morning with the renaming of the avenues around the Madison Square Garden. Not the same?
No.
Yeah.
I think.
What was it, Brunson and Bridges or Brunson and Towns?
They gave them all a street.
Gave them all a street.
Anybody's a Knick.
That's Canyon of Heroes.
It's a happy time in New York,
Get
man.
what you want.
We haven't made the final Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years.
They have now.
If you don't get it, you ain't part of it.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it.
So Brunson Avenue, E. If you be careful when you map quest up there, you get lost.
Okay.
Today's Shazam Spotlight is brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. My friend at the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland truck guy here.
Mm-hmm.
This surprised me a little bit, and I think in part because you still have these memories of in 2021, the Braves were just under 500. Ronald Acuna Jr. got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the general manager scurried and scrambled and put together, and then the bullpen got hot, and the Braves won the World Series.
Oh, dear.
But
I don't like that.
I did see this. Since 2022, starting in the 2022 season, the Braves' record without Ronald Acuna is 78-81. And their record with Acuna is 216 and 111. If that's not like the biggest sign and indicator of how valuable he is, and it's great that Spencer Strider was throwing at 94 miles an hour a couple of nights ago, it's the return of Acuna hopefully later this week that can maybe give you a spark that gets you somewhere above the break-even, 24 and 24 mark. And, oh, by the way, his little buddy Ozzie Albies is a completely different player when Ronald Acuna is playing. In his career, Ozzie Albies hits 270 in 591 games with Acuna. He has 646 hits, so more than a hit a game. He's hitting 277, 95 home runs, 360 RBIs, all numbers that are much, much, much less without him. So there's that. Your Shazam Spotlight. Brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. Get that truck of the year, the Ford Ranger. Darn right. I was looking at this, oh gosh, I just had it here in front of me. Stand by. Got some technological issues here. I'm not gonna lie. I got some stuff freezing up on me. Oh no, I want to get into the forget the tush push, passing or failing. Really, the fun of the story, the news of the story, is it's a really good job of cleaning it up, man. They got a great fixer. You know, they very rarely do they air their dirty laundry, and yesterday they did. NFL owners and league execs got into a heated exchange during Wednesday's meeting over the future of the tush push.
Mm-hmm.
The proposal to ban the play failed, so it does remain legal, but the conversation around it had some testy off-color exchanges during the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles owner Jeff Lurie made a somewhat crude remark toward the end of an impassioned speech defending the play, which included an analogy to, let's just say, a dream scenario for a teenager.
Oh, geez.
You see what I'm saying? I'll let you guys,
I think Jeffrey Lurie's a bit of a jerk, and he's got a little pompous because his Eagles have won, which is cool for him. But, I mean, they go in there and act that way seems a little bit it's a little disrespectful.
He then used that analogy after saying that, listen, just the fact that you might ban it makes it a win-win for us. We had a play so good you couldn't stop it was his message.
Uh-huh.
That's when he used the metaphor for the dream situation. Troy Vincent immediately, by the way, stepped in and admonished Lurie for using that language during a comment that had women in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
49ers owner Jed York chirped Lurie after he had spoken for an hour, asking the Eagles owner how much more blank he needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones asked several questions, the Bills and their owner, who expressed support for the ban, even though their team's pretty good at it. Rule change was defeated barely, and I give Rail kudos. It's been hard to really be proud of our Jaguars for much, ever, particularly of late. I'm proud that we're one of the 10 that says, no, we don't need the rules changes. We're man enough to try and stop it. I'm proud to be in that group.
And from 17 to 21, the Eagles converted 55 out of 63 quarterback sneaks. That's 87.3 conversion rate. In 2021, they used the tush push, and they were 28 to 34, 82% success rate. It actually went down for that season.
That's surprising. Now, what about since? We don't know since.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like what the.
Well, that's fair. I think what the difference is with the tush push, I think it shows worse.
This thing has become.
Because they're willing to. One thing you didn't see much in the NFL before was 2 quarterback sneaks on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, where the push, if they fail on 3rd and 1, they're going to line up and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I think maybe as an overall entity, it feels more unstoppable. They often get 2 cracks at it. Again, amazingly, the Jags stopped them multiple times last year. I wonder how many times the tush push has been stopped, at least 3 times in a game. I bet you not many. Obviously, there's a difficulty here, or the league wouldn't be going all beta and try and get it banned.
Yeah.
There's nothing other than they're approaching it from the wrong area. Look, it's an ugly, boring play. Sorry you're good at it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Do that, because as a fan, I don't like the play. But as a competitor, I don't like the NFL telling the Eagles they can't run it when there's nothing wrong with it.
Jalen Hurts has rushed for 42 touchdowns since 2022. 2/3 of those, 28 from the 1-yard line.
That's 13 a year, by the way.
In 10 career playoff games, Hurts has run for 10 touchdowns, 4 in Super Bowls.
He basically gets 1 a game. And by the way, from a fantasy football perspective, completely changes his value.
Over that period, Philly has consistently been at the top or near the top of the league in converting 3rd and 4th downs, never executing worse than 41% on 3rd down or 68% on 4th. So, yeah, they're good at it. I mean, they're good at it. So, it's interesting, but I don't know. I like when teams stop them now.
I just
and you know what? What's going to be exciting is when one bad A middle linebacker. I think they did a little bit of this in one game. Was it Washington where they kept doing it, jumping off sides?
Yeah, it was in that
right in the NFC title game.
Yeah, just kept trying to.
I'm gonna enjoy. All right, you guys can run it. One of the teams that voted against him, this linebacker times it perfectly and leaps the thing and just bam,
helmet to helmet,
helmet to helmet.
Yeah,
and Jalen goes goo goo gaga, and that's it.
Yeah,
and then all heck breaks loose, and there's a fight, and
I don't
think
the
team that voted against said, "Well, we tried to stop y'all.
Yeah.
You said stop it, so this is the best way to stop it."
So angry.
Those players
that wrong?
protect each other better. They're not going to headhunt.
They won't do
that rule change.
Well, I'm just saying, not necessarily. He didn't mean to go helmet to helmet. It's just that when he goes down and the guy times it right, they're going to hit each other. Boom.
And it just never happened. It just seems like a low impact play from Hurts' standpoint. He very rarely, unless they completely jump it and it's off.
By the way, Jalen Hurts, because we've seen him in the weight rooms with the squat and stuff.
He's also different at it.
Yeah, he's great. His legs are strong. I mean, I think
it's not all the push from behind. It's the push his legs have.
I think Jalen Hurts is the most valuable in the tush push world. I think they tried to make Kelsey one, but they had no drop off with the new center last year.
I'll tell you this. How about this? I'll go so far as to say the Eagles have done a poor job in the evolution of the play. I mean, once it's allowed, shouldn't your lineup now become – should that be Jalen Carter pushing you in?
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't have offensive players anymore. Forget your tight end or anyone else. Bring in 2 D tackles and a thing, and let's let them push.
Good point.
So in some ways, you could say they've stunted the evolution of that play a little bit. Just everyone knows you're running it, so who cares if you bring in your biggest guys?
Have they run the fake tush push? They've done that a couple times, right? Where you're going to go and then you back out and flip it or throw it.
To Saquon one time.
Yeah, I think that's another option that you should probably have as well. So
yeah. All right. We turn our attention to the 9 o'clock hour on a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
More touchdowns, birdies, home runs, and slam dunks. More heartbreakers.
Every time you lose, you die a little bit.
And more victories.
And it goes for the win!
1010XL.
Certainly facing some interesting economic times. The Dow goes up, the Dow goes down. We got tariffs. We got all kinds of things going on here. It's hard to follow. It's volatile. But I need a calming, and my calming influences on my guys at ITP Partners, man. Because they have the experience, the expertise, and the knowledge. I got to tell you, they are Jacksonville people taking care of my Jacksonville money. And something happens, I got a question, I just call. I call Chris Bryan. Chris Bryan tells me the answer. Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate, they're all there for us. And listen, They will sit down with you and they will strategize where your goals become their priority. So if you're thinking about it, get in the game. It's a great time to get started. ITP Partners is always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experience. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus, right now you choose a pre-owned 2023 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till January 2026? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Your home is more than walls and a roof. It's where you breathe, drink, and power through life. At Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to keep it all running smoothly. From clean, cool air to clean water, reliable power to expert plumbing, we do it all. For over 35 years, families have trusted Donovan to make their homes healthier, safer, and more comfortable. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing today, 904-270-COOL, where health meets home.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get the 2 for you deal. Avgolimino soup, dolmades, tzatziki with a Great Greek gyro, falafel pita, or Great Greek rice bowl for just $15. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill off 210 and St. John's Parkway.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well, right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Yo, E.T. here, and I need you to beat the heat this summer with cool escapes and non-stop fun in Clay County. Tackle indoor adventures head on. Throw axes at Live by Axe or smash your stress away at Just Smash That. Then kick back with drinks, good food, and fandom vibes at Nakama Anime Bar or Leaderboard Arcade and Bar. Whether you're blowing off steam or just looking to chill, Clay County got your perfect indoor getaway. Find your cool at exploreclay.com. That's exploreclay.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Did you know that mosquito bites could lead to heartworm for your dog or cat? When mosquitoes show up, pet parents want them gone. Terminix takes mosquitoes down fast, just like they did at my house for our pup. Terminix knows that pets are part of the family. They do what it takes to help protect them. When mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem? Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Unlike those big corporate-owned stores, Beard's Diamonds doesn't rely on AI to help you find the right diamond. Beard's Diamonds specializes in DI, Diamond Intelligence. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds is the smart choice for choosing the right jewelry for any occasion. Our Diamond Intelligence comes from years of helping your Jacksonville neighbors and connecting them to beautiful, dazzling diamonds from top designers like Tacori and Verragio. Diamond Intelligence is about finding the diamond that expresses what words can't and leaves her speechless. And Diamond Intelligence is tapping into partners from around the globe to find your true treasure without the middleman markups and bottom-line algorithms. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center, home of Diamond Intelligence. There's nothing artificial about it. Beard's Diamonds, proud to be Jacksonville's jeweler at the St. John's Town Center.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Awaken 180. With week 1 of OTAs for the Jacksonville Jaguars underway, many eyes are on first-round draft pick Travis Hunter. Executive Vice President of Football Operations Tony Baselli spoke with Jags senior writer John Ogier on the EVP podcast yesterday and what he's most impressed about Travis Hunter and what's to come.
Confirmation that he's a supreme athlete, amazing body. But I think my favorite thing is the type of human being he is, the competitive nature, desire to be great as an individual, a good teammate. This is the second overall pick, a guy who won the Heisman, is going to play both ways, and he doesn't separate himself out from the rest of the rookies. Doing it right is really important to him. Everything I expected and more, and really looking forward to when we actually start playing real football out there, see what he can do.
Tony Baselli from the EVP podcast. It's 75 degrees at 9:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill. We're wasting time. Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
I like it.
Like what?
E, do you have the beep button ready?
No.
Do you have the dump button?
Yeah, I got that.
All right. In this playoff series alone, I'm not going to do it. In this playoff series alone, Milwaukee was leading the Pacers 118-111 with 34 seconds left. Cleveland was leading them 119-112 with 46 seconds left. And the Knicks were leading them 121-112 with 52 seconds left, and they won all three of those games. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, they
got to play to the
history.
end.
Like they were the first in history in like all three of those categories. Like we told you, down 7 with 24 seconds was like 1,000 and something times.
We had our 2 comebacks against Boston, but it has been happening throughout the NBA playoffs. So
it's been a theme, and so I said that if you're watching Game 2 tonight, Oklahoma City and Minnesota, there's 6 minutes to go in the third, and one leads the other by 22. Yeah, don't turn it off, or at least get up in the morning and give it a quick look-see. Make sure you didn't miss something because, I didn't see it all in its entirety. I'm not going to lie. I went to bed at halftime. I got up. I fast-forwarded like to the third, and I saw it was kind of a game, and I watched I watched the Knicks take it from 2 to 5 to 8, and then they really pulled away, and I almost turned it off, Hick. Mm-hmm. I almost went to Sports Center. And I said, all right, let me just, and I went beep, and I'm fast forward. I'm like, well, damn, there's a 3. I'm like, wow, how far was that? And then, suddenly it was there.
So glad I'm going to the game Friday because 9:04. Because I can't stand listening to Reggie Miller anymore. I just can't.
Yeah, you said that.
I can't stand it. It's going to drive me nuts.
It's a hard listen if you're a fan of.
It's drive me nuts.
Yeah,
it's
the other team.
Really weak ass sauce by TNT, and I'll never forgive him for it.
Well, it's not the first time that he's been on the mic in that.
I know.
But the Knicks is just a little extra edge because of their history.
You could argue, well, if we give you Mike Breen, he's your play-by-play guy.
That's fair.
And he's doing the other series. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but then chop them up and let those two do the one out west and give me Kevin Harlan and whoever Breen's doing it with. I don't care. Nobody cares. Who does the finals? Breen, right? Breen's the voice of the
ABC usually, yeah.
Right. Isn't Breen the voice of that?
Yeah.
Has been for a
Sure.
while? Yeah. But they remember when we used to have this, Walton and Snapper or, the same,
Steve Snapper, Marv Albert, but he was a Knicks guy too.
Yeah. It's
a hard sell for everyone because so much media is New York originated.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a little pop quiz here for you,
Okay.
Jeff Prosser. I'd like to test you on this.
Yeah. He's in a mood. He's probably looking to trap me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah. I want you to name the top 7 best home records in the Southeastern Conference the last 6 years. Over the last 6 years, who has the best home record?
All right. Stand by. Just pull up the league here.
Yeah, pull them up.
I mean, you got to and if these aren't the answers, then oh well, so be it. But Georgia and Alabama absolutely have to be at the top.
Alabama and Georgia, that's correct.
1 and 2.
Yes. Georgia's 34-1, one home loss.
You know who it came to?
Who?
I'm asking you.
Who Georgia lose to at home?
Bama? Was it Bama? Was it Bama last year?
A Bama game was in Alabama last year, wasn't it? It probably is Bama,
I'm
but
guessing Bama. Who else has beat them there? I can't recall.
Alabama's 38-2. So
that's 1 and 2?
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, please.
Golly, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do immediately we get to like 10 losses for the next team?
No. Only 5 losses for the next team.
Surprise. That surprises me.
I don't think you'll get the next one maybe at all. There's a clue.
I'm going to say Missouri.
Missouri's very good. They're 7th.
All right. What about, how about Ole Miss?
Ole Miss is 8th.
These are misses, by the way.
Yeah. Missouri's in the top 7.
Tennessee has a good home field advantage. But they've had some down years. The problem is this 5-year
Tennessee's
window.
10th.
Good Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm forgetting. Am I forgetting the newcomers like Texas? You got to put them in there.
Okay. 6th.
Yeah. So
you got Georgia. You got one's obvious. The one you should get that
LSU.
LSU's 4th.
Yeah.
There's Georgia, Bama.
I'm trying to save them.
LSU, another school. Texas. You need 2 more. Texas and Mizzou.
So there's Georgia, Bama. This school you said?
Number 3 and number 5 you're missing.
A&M?
A&M is 9th.
Wow. Yeah, to your point, I'm incredibly.
I'll give them to you.
No, I don't want. No, I'm looking at.
We've been
the
through
schools.
a bunch of them, so
I don't know. I mean, is it? Yeah,
it ain't Vandy.
Sounds like it's.
I mean, Florida's got to be in here, I guess, because of the question, but they've been terrible at home.
Is it Kentucky?
Kentucky is not the answer.
Okay.
I mean, Oklahoma maybe. They're
Oklahoma.
Yeah. I was gonna say a newcomer.
Yeah,
32-5, but they were crummy last year.
Yeah,
remember? A couple
at
years.
At home, they weren't terrible. I don't think.
Yeah, they beat Tennessee, right?
Who was
Didn't
the
they
other
upset
5?
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Florida, 29-8.
Yeah. Oof. Boy, it sure feels like more than 8, doesn't it?
Yeah, 5th overall in the SEC at home.
Huh. There are some others that keep them hanging on the, or at least put up on the cabinet of relevance. Like you got to actually, splash here. We need a splash. You got to do something. Show up somewhere other than a pitiful bowl.
Yeah,
that's where we've been for 3 years, right? Things would seem to be in. Things would seem to be in place for that, and the optimism is high. We've talked about that, and it goes beyond. It goes beyond just DJ Lagway, although certainly he's going to play the biggest part. You look at quarterback tiers or anything else, and DJ Lagway gives the Gators projects Florida as a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a quarterback-driven sport, and he's being viewed as a top 5 or 10 quarterback just about everywhere. I mean, maybe not everywhere, but just about everywhere. Notre Dame and Wisconsin going to play in Lambeau. I saw that in college football news. I guess that's big up in Milwaukee. Here, not so much.
Notre Dame and Whiskey?
Yeah.
And play in the historic Lambeau?
I feel like Wisconsin got somebody up at Lambeau one year. Did they get Leonard's LSU team maybe? Like Wisconsin got a big boy, and then Bama went up there last year. I think that may have been at Camp Randall though and beat the dog do out of them.
Yeah.
Man, you strike a nerve when you start talking about Homer announcers. We all feel that with somebody. Like somebody, everybody who listens to a game, if their teammate wins and finds an announcer that absolutely has it in for them, or there's some reason they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The
boys are saying?
Yeah, anyway.
What are they
we
saying?
all have your own. Well, this one of them in particular says, you're feeling on Reggie Miller, my same feelings watching the Braves on ESPN against the Yankees or Dodgers. ESPN such homers for those teams.
Yeah.
I struggle to listen to the announcers.
Yeah.
I'll talk about
everybody's got it. Yeah. You hear one thing.
Well, they don't point out your team and they continually recognize the
other.
And
like I said, I think Reggie's probably, well, first off, he's a pacer, so that's fine in that respect, but everything he says, I take as slanted, so he can't win with me. And sometimes he probably doesn't mean something, but it's still, to me, it does. I found myself last night turning down the volume. Got a funny line right here. I got to share it to you.
Okay.
It's being reported that ESPN reportedly consider replacing Around the Horn. Around the Horn is gonzo after this year, after this week.
I've never seen such ESPN personnel be feted for just staying stuck in neutral for 20 years. But there's 2 dudes leaving ESPN that they're like, oh, wow. And that's Tony Reale and Stan Verrett.
Yeah.
Are there 2 more non-impactful?
You guys made
There's a third. David Lloyd is the third one.
Yeah.
3 dudes and everybody else sits there forever.
Yeah.
The Steve Levy's. They grow into something. Not these 3. They're the exact same they've been forever.
Anyway,
Verrett, by the way, got canned. He's done.
They reportedly considering replacing Around the Horn with a Shannon Sharp show. You know what they were going to call it?
What's that?
PTI, Pardon the Intercourse.
Oh, hey,
9 o'clock Nasty
Dan.
Nasty Dan's back.
Damn.
Yeah.
That just escalated quickly, bro.
PTI. What do you want me to tell you? I'm just reading.
You think NFL teams want to be on Hard Knocks or don't want to be on Hard Knocks?
No.
Then why are any of them on it?
Because they get assigned it.
Why would the Buffalo Bills agree to be on the Hard Knocks? In my mind, as I go back, I don't feel like contenders. Is it? Just hear me out. Let me ask you a question. Isn't Hard Knocks every year with a bad team?
Usually.
I mean, because if I'm the Bills, the last thing I want thrown into my ointment here is this Hard Knocks nonsense. We're a contender on the verge here. I don't need this distraction.
Yeah.
Do they pay them? Do they make them? I mean,
it's an awful thing. It's awful. Bills being chosen for Hard Knocks was made possible due to recently changed rules regarding which teams can be selected. Previously, any team that made the playoffs in either of the 2 prior years were exempt. The new rule is that only teams with a first-year head coach or teams that have been on the show in the last 8 years are exempt, as well as a team involved in the late-season version of the show. Because they do one now in November, December. They're doing the NFC East. With the rule change, the Bills were a no-brainer. The team's popularity has skyrocketed in the Josh Allen era. Selected to be featured on the show for the first time that they have been eligible since 2019. Now HBO will get to follow a team with Super Bowl hopes instead of what they usually do, which is document a team that is unproven.
I tell you what, social media feeds.
The Bills, by the way, did you know this? That the Bills are favored in every single game right now that they play?
Good for them.
Every single game, the Bills are favored.
Surprising.
That's a can't-win situation for a coach, though.
Yeah, they won't go 17-0. I do know that.
But they have Deion Dawkins, they got Keon Coleman, they got Josh Allen, they got Tre'Davious White, they got a bunch of. They got Cook, who might be holding out. They got all kinds.
In reality, the charm of these shows is long ago faded from this standpoint. So many athletes already give you the inside look.
Sure,
social media pages now
still
are full of
do you
YouTube
watch
golf. Like you can't learn. Like if you did it like say Full Swing for Netflix, for example. Yeah, if there's people that aren't on social media or on YouTube golf or TikTok golf, then you don't know. But you learn so much more about, say, Bryson DeChambeau watching his channel than you would ever would on a league-wide look. So, like Josh Allen's very out there, social media.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and plays golf with these golf channels, and so you have some look-ins on some personalities and stuff. That
I will say this along those lines with those kind of shows that they've tried to do so many of them. I watched one yesterday that stunk, and I love that. You know me, I love docs.
Yeah.
And
Which
this
one?
Brett Favre's.
Okay.
Nothing
worth
new,
your time. Just rehashing
like a 30-minute interview with Jen Sturger.
Ugh.
Which I don't need.
What credit? What clout does she carry? By the way,
Not that she carries clout,
that's a tag watch, man.
She's talking about what happened and how her career got ruined.
Do you know she's never met him? Did you hear that part of it?
Yeah, she never met him.
I mean, was that the message that you received when all that was going on? That the two had never met?
Well, he was.
I get it, but didn't you wasn't there also an understanding that they had at least met before?
My point is there was nothing new in that documentary.
Yeah, we're just and I've said that when this happened. Is it fair just to rehash dudes' mistakes and biggest problems every 10-year anniversary?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem fair, man. At some point, move on.
And it was just and it was like, Brett Favre's a rotten guy. Here, the Jen Sturger episode and the welfare thing in Mississippi.
Yeah. Well, if you have any respect or clout or
they're
kudos,
not good. They're not good looks for him. But I mean, that's what they're. It was just like there's nothing new there. Nothing to sink your teeth into.
Sturger's got a lot of nerve. I mean, you want to talk about your consummate classic attention seeking under any pretense person. She sums it up, buddy.
Yeah.
So I don't got anything for her.
Well, anyway,
by the way, her 15 minutes went away as they would once her bosoms were covered up on national TV college football telecasts. The world learned she didn't have much to offer. So, then once Hugh Hefner died, there goes that potential route. I'm sure she's firing up OnlyFans somewhere, E.T. But that's Jen Sturger going to take down Brett Favre for his morals, by the way, while she sells herself to America, nonstop.
Take a break. Keep it rolling. 9 o'clock Nasty rolls on next here on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. 1. Frangie and Hicken on Mondays. 2. Denny Thompson and Hacker on Wednesdays.
Who's counting?
1010XL now has 2 original Gator podcasts each week.
One for you, one for me.
Search 1010XL Florida Gators wherever you find podcasts or visit 1010XL.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, when it comes to insurance, I think we all think kind of the same way. Like we pay all this money monthly. Sometimes we let our minds wander. Gosh, dog, that's a lot of money. And if something happens, we need you. You best be there. And that's what Craig and Chris Kaprowski do from the other side. They're with Goosehead Insurance, and they believe in 2 words: customer service, man. Customer service is important to the Kaprowskis, and I'll tell you how important it is. Something happens, man, they get you answers that day. If they don't answer the phone, they call you right back. They believe in customer service, man. So whether it's homeowners, auto, flood, boat, small business, the Kaprowskis are there for you in your time of need. I speak from experience on this one, gang. I've used the Kaprowskis for many things. My son has, my daughter has. Craig and Chris Kaprowski. You get an insurance checkup today. They're easy to get a hold of. Craig.Kaprowski at Goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprowski, Koproski at Goosehead.com, or call 478-8422. That's 478-8422.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Get the real story from people who know the beautiful game best. The Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks with Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacy Ballum. Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. From now until May 28th, we're holding our big diamond sale, and now's the best time to buy a quality diamond of a carat or more. Here are a few reasons. First, there's severe upward pressure on rough diamonds, with 4 price increases already this year. Most of this has yet to hit the polished market, so they're diamonds for sale at the old prices. Next, our diamond cutters asked us to house their inventories of existing big diamonds so we could sell them here prior to them being offered to the jewelry trade in Las Vegas. This allows us the ability to sell from their vast stock at brokerage prices you have to see to believe. All of these diamonds are graded for cut, color, and clarity with independent laboratory grading reports. Now, along with this vast collection of big diamonds, we put all of our own meticulously selected loose diamonds and engagement-style rings on sale at prices from 3% to 25% off. We also take trade-ins, but remember, this sale ends May 28th at Underwood San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Got a leaky faucet? AC blowing hot air? No worries, Duck Rooter has your back. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
Listen all day as 1010XL gives you news, notes, and analysis of organized team activities as they get ready for the upcoming season. Our coverage of OTAs is hoisted by Heroes Lawn Care and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Skilled trade jobs are booming, so begin your high-pay, high-demand career today through the Northeast Florida Builders Association. Their apprenticeship program provides paid training in some of the most highly sought-after skilled trades. Get paid while you train full-time in carpentry, electrical, HVAC, or plumbing. Plus, earn a 10% raise every year, and the classes are 100% tuition-free. Start your new career today and apply this week at nefpaapprenticeship.org.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y Summer Camps, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome back. Nasty time. It's 9:23. Good morning, Jacksonville. You picked Maverick McNeely to win this week's PGA Tour stop. He's 2 over through his first 2 holes.
Say that like I picked him. Did I pick him?
I don't think you picked him.
Did someone pick him?
Did the Tour pick Maverick McNeely?
I think the Tour picked him.
Oh, that's good for you, E. It's good for all of us, really. Nobody wants to spin that wheel.
Nobody.
No, but I still got milk in my stomach.
Yeah, I'm not believing any of that.
Big
nonsense.
news breaking as we learned that Alex Earl will be on Dancing with the Stars for season 34.
I don't know who Alex Earl is. That AC Earl's kid.
You don't know who Alex Earl is?
No, I don't. I don't remember AC Earl. That's who I thought you were at first.
Alex is one of the great influencers. Currently the girlfriend of Braxton Berrios.
Braxton Berrios is a football player.
Former Miami Hurricane.
I do know.
Well, he didn't get selected. She did. So they're doing it.
It's again. I don't know.
Such a big deal. We get daily selections.
I don't know if it's any worse than what they've been throwing out there for years now. I mean, this notion, by the way, I guess they hope that eventually it catches up. But these, quote, influencers that they're selling general population on, nobody knows who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, each influencer has its little subset. Like, some of the influencers I know, but you don't.
Yeah.
Some of the influencers he knows, but I don't. It's like it's a whole bunch of influencing nothing, it feels like. They're all so segmented. They're so minuscule in their overall reach. It's a strange, I don't know, dynamic, I guess.
I watched Juan Soto take 6 straight strikes last night, first 2 at bats, and then struck out a third time. He was flummoxed by Garrett Crochet.
The Braves faced Crochet. Last week when they played Boston. The Braves got rained out yesterday. I found it curious. Usually when there's a rain out in baseball, the region is affected. It's very rare that you have a game in Washington, D.C., and it's the only rain out on a schedule where they're playing in Boston and
it was raining
Pittsburgh.
in Boston.
It did. It just played through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rained, but I don't, for one, I wanted to watch the game last night, but secondly, this happened to us last year. You keep piling them up in September, and you get to the end of the year, and it's like a college baseball conference tournament. You got no arms.
Mm-hmm.
And this one with the Nats got pushed to September 16th. So just add to that, September schedule that can certainly tax you, and it did last year for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So not super, not super excited to see that game get canceled yesterday for a couple of different reasons. NBA playoffs will continue tonight. ESPN asked a ridiculously wide range of questions because they're going 24/7. But I saw one on the bottom line yesterday as I was walking out that I thought it was fair. Whose rep gets enhanced more with an NBA title? Brunson, Halliburton, Edwards, or Shai Gilgeous?
Whose
rep gets enhanced more? Who gets the biggest rep boost? Who makes the most of?
Eliminate
who has the most
Shai
to
because he
gain?
just won MVP.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's the. I don't know. I don't know if Brunson would be the king of New York, but I don't know if people will ever, unless he wins, because you immediately always quantify Brunson because he's short. So I don't know if they would give him,
So whose rep gets the biggest boost?
I think it's Ants. It's Ants. He becomes an NBA champion at a young age.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
I'd say Halliburton because he's the smallest of those 4.
No, Brunson's littler than Halliburton.
No, he's talking name.
The name wise.
I think Halliburton was on the Dream Team.
Yeah, but like Brunson plays in New York. He's in the Mecca.
Your point is
he was on the Dream Team. He didn't play.
I guess it's almost like 2 separate questions. Like, who does it bust with people who have some knowledge? Like, if you're going to like hardly any knowledge of the NBA, then that point is valid because you go from people that haven't heard of Halliburton but for like the big legacy, kind of issue to the question, it's probably Ant.
Does Halliburton shoot the highest jump shot you've ever seen, arc-wise?
Kenyon Martin has one that's high too, but Hallie as a guard,
oh my God. I mean, that gives it more like length to miss to me, but it works.
Man, I tell you what, Hollywood can produce a Hoosiers movie, and they can throw 1,000 shots from the top of the key to try and get one
like that.
To dramatically shoot straight up in the air off the back rim, like 10 feet in the air, and then fall back down through the net.
Like when he shot it, everybody just paused after it hit the back rim. It's like, oh, he made it.
And then you thought they lost, and then you find out they didn't lose. It's tied.
And boy, I tell you, the first thing I thought when it wasn't actually a win was that choke gesture and how that would come back to. I was like, "Ooh, buddy!"
Yeah.
And then the Knicks started with 4 straight, and I thought exactly what. Hey there, big mouth! You made a mistake going to the choke gesture too soon, and then it wasn't.
Did he point at Spike?
Yeah, well, he's pointing at somebody. I don't know, Reggie, maybe. I thought he was.
Okay.
It was either, to me, I interpret he's either pointing at Reggie because that's who did it first, or he was pointing to Spike because that's who Reggie pointed at.
Yeah.
Either way, the Pacers get the spoils, and Game 2 is coming up Friday night. Heck, you'll be at the game. What kind of seats we got, man? We're going to be able to find you there? I mean,
yes. Look,
he says
next
he's
to
sitting
Chalamet.
Yeah, never
I'll be
mind.
right there.
That's the kind of
Chalamet.
silliness we're getting.
Me.
That's,
Spike.
In other news, the NBA has just announced that they are banishing both Chalamet and Spike Lee to the upper deck for Friday night.
Or I might be where
TNT crew. They're up at the top, aren't they?
Hey, Charles, if he is,
Chuck.
well, they're Chuck. Love you, Chuck.
Bubba Chuck. Bleep you.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
No. I feel like I kind of mushed you a
Get
little
him,
bit.
Shaq.
Giving you the it just doesn't feel this series of them all was going to be the last one to just go on. You pointed out, and fairly, Indiana now has done this amazing comeback in all three levels of their series. Well, we're also talking to the originators of this madness in the playoffs with the Knicks, who back-to-back games knocked back a 20-point deficit at Boston.
Yeah.
So this is going to have twists and turns.
Yeah.
I would guess that at some point of this series, the Pacers are going to have a 15-point lead in a game that they're not going to win.
Yeah.
I would be fascinating to see what kind of future odds you get on scenarios like that. But
Let's hope
both
so.
of these teams have both knocked back big deficits, and they've blown big leads. But it still feels like at home giving that away gave away the series. I'm not going to say the series is over, but man, it feels like it's going to be tough to come back from that. To win, it's going to be tough to win 4 games, losing that one that you led by 17.
Remember when I told you that the last thing here, the Buffalo Bills were favored in all 17 games this year?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
How many games do you guys think the New England Patriots are favored in?
I know I saw the Browns are only favored in one game. It's only happened twice before, 0-4 and 17.
Wow.
And in 17, they went 0-16. Who did you ask me?
The
Patriots.
How many games of their 17 are they favored in?
All right, instead of just saying a name and getting right to the answer, let me look at their schedule and give some sort of guess.
Their quarterback, Drake May.
They like it. They like the quarterback there. I mean, they got Drake May fever right now. This is the salad days for Drake May. If he plays well the first half, he's going to get the Justin Herbert treatment. If he doesn't, they're going to give him the I don't know what. Let's see. Home against the Raiders, they should be favored. Miami, no. Pittsburgh, no. Carolina, favored. Buffalo, no. New Orleans, no. Cleveland, favored. Gosh. Oh, they're going to be favored. They're going to be favored there. 7.
11.
Wow. That's too many. Oh. That's too many.
How many are the Jags favored in?
Yeah, 11 is way too many, dude. That's too many. I just went through their schedule. That's wrong. They should not be favored by.
Yeah.
They're in love with the Patriots. They're trying to give them a big boost. Now, Vrabel can make a difference, but they really like Drake May. They do. All right, let me go to the Jaguars schedule, noted as one of the easiest in the league.
Okay.
They'll be favored week 1.
Okay.
I think I saw this. Isn't it only 4? Is that the answer?
No.
Okay. Is it less than 4?
No.
All right, then I'm going to guess 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 5. If it's more than 5, I'm surprised.
6.
Yeah. What are the 6? Do you have the 6?
They're favored against Carolina.
Yeah.
Then they're not favored again until the Seahawks game.
Okay, Seattle, I wasn't sure, but I did say Seattle.
They're favored at the Titans. They're favored against the Colts. They're favored against the Jets. They're favored against the Titans.
I think I maybe left off the at-Tennessee game.
I will take a break and make the turn for home next right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The home of the home team you grew up with.
What a tremendous play by Fred Taylor. What an embarrassment for the Miami Dolphins.
1010XL.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence can turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Pickett here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barra here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barrier Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to barrierorthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barrier Orthopedics.
Hacker here, and let's talk sincerity. You know, there's a big difference between someone tossing you a casual, hey, how you doing, and genuinely asking, no, really, how are you doing? At Awaken 180, I felt that sincerity every single week while dropping 122 pounds, and I still feel it every month in free maintenance for life. Sure, seeing that number plunge on the scale was incredible, but what truly pushed me across the goal line? My amazing Awaken 180 coaches. They coached me up like I was prepping for draft day, always in my corner, sincerely invested in my success, and check this out. I'm going on a cruise in a couple of weeks, complete with formal night. Now, normally, cameras and I have a strained relationship. I hated taking pictures, but thanks to Awaken 180, the camera and I have made peace. No more ducking photos. Want results you can actually keep? Do what we all did and call 844-346-1800 or book online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
The 2025 season schedule has dropped, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Be at the bank to watch Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars take on the biggest names in the NFL. Don't miss your favorite matchup and secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. See you this fall, Jags fans.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision. I love it.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah. Exclusive exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Time to I gotta cool down. I couldn't sleep.
Not in a good mood at all.
I'm in a bad
I get
way.
it, but he's been.
I'll be honest with you. I'll give you the truth. One day I love doing sports talk. I love talking sports. I love being here. Didn't really want to come in today.
No, I hear you.
Didn't really want to talk about the Knicks.
It showed, friend. It showed.
Yeah. The effort.
Who do the Mets have on Saturday? What game is that?
Mets Dodgers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's the pitching matchup for that one? You know?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
See who we're going to get here. MLB schedule.
What a nice little double up.
Yeah, it's a
good luck to you. Again, it'll make it easy for me to root for the boy King to get a Knicks victory tomorrow night because they've lost the game now already.
I think it's supposed to be rainy in New York, so
I've done that before, friend. Dan tried to take me to a Mets game, and it rained on us the whole night. We took some foul-mouthed car service back to New Jersey.
We got Tony Gonsolin against Pete Peterson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are Pete Peterson and McGill the exact same dude? They just one's right hand and one's left?
Yeah, but I like Pete Peterson a little more.
Yeah. Are they the same guy? Like, I bet you they're, to me, non-Mets fan.
Yes.
If I look at, me, Pete
big dudes.
Big dude's been there about 5 or 6 years, probably have the same amount of wins.
Usually he'll struggle in the 5th inning.
They're about the same guy, and they're just like one's right hand, one's left. They're like carbon copies of each other. I'd be curious. You know what's
frustrating?
I'm going to look this up.
Tyler McGill last night struck out 10 Red Sox, walked one guy, and couldn't get through the 5th inning.
How's that? How?
He loaded up the bases.
All right, McGill. I'm curious. Again, this is your team. I don't mean to step on toes here, but I was watching McGill the other day, and I'm like, McGill and Peterson, I swear to God, are the exact. They look alike as far as their body size. So this is how we close. Yeah, I'm cooling down with this. Let's see. Who am I looking up? Let's see. McGill in his 6. All right, let's go. 6'7", 230. That's probably a little bigger than Pete. No.
Pete's big dude.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Stats. In his career, my guy McGill is 24 and 25.
Yep, that's him.
With a 4.44. And this year he's 3 and 4 with a 3.5. All right. Let's go to, and he's been there 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5th year. Now let's go to
6'6", 240 for Pete Peterson.
All right, 6'6", 240. So real similar.
30 and 26.
Yeah, one's 24 and 25. The other's 30 and 26. ERA?
3.96.
3.9 to 4.4. Better ERA.
Yeah.
Remarkably similar. But what was so most similar is that just their stature. They look, physically, they're very similar.
They both got beards. Yeah.
But one's righty and one's lefty. You'll never confuse them for each other. But remarkably similar statistically and otherwise.
Hey, are you in the mood for some New York City headlines?
I am. Oh, boy, be careful. Stay out of the sports section. You don't need any of that because I'm sure they're throwing some at you.
All right. These are actual headlines in New York periodicals brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com for all your medical needs. Concierge medicine, it is the wave of the future, and the future is now. Rapper Kid Cudi set to testify at bombshell Diddy trial about dating Cassie and jealous mogul's threats to blow up his car.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel like we're getting distracted away from what we're all worried about with Diddy. Right? Aren't we?
I don't know.
Isn't this about like drugging and sex trafficking? Isn't that the E? Am I miss or no? E?
It was supposed to be
right.
about,
Now we're talking about like domestic stuff that was already in the news.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Ex-cop busted partying at Stagecoach Music Festival, going to Disneyland while collecting $600,000 in full workers' comp.
What kind of job gives you $600,000? And what is he, an NBA player?
I ain't get that.
$600,000 workman's comp? Damn. I have a new career aspiration. I'm going to go get that job and then chop my finger off day one.
No mercy. Influencer punched in the head by crazed stranger in NYC as she slams cops for not wanting to help.
These influencers influence people's moods. They make people angry, frustrated, and just agitated at their entitlement. If you ever run into these, by the way, I see all these videos. The influencer will be out at like a Starbucks, and they want to do a new thing. Meanwhile, there's 7 ordinary Americans standing in line just trying to get their morning coffee.
That's the worst.
And then the influencer's got to do it over and over, and then they'll snap me. Don't you know who I am? It's crazy, dude. What a rude awakening for a bunch of 20-somethings.
I'm a flight attendant. Never wear this on a plane unless you want to be soaked in pee.
Never wear this. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
Raising the bar, Kimmy K celebrates finally earning law degree after 6 years at surprise graduation ceremony.
Let me tell you the most sinking feeling in the world. You're some poor sap up on counterfeiting charges. You have a public defender supplied to you by the court. You turn around and you look, and it's Kim Kardashian coming to save you.
Longtime SportsCenter host explains stunning ESPN split after 25 years.
Yeah, this is where they try and make it like it's their idea. No, Verrett well, I will say this. He's been in L.A. now a long time, doesn't want to leave. Stan Verrett has made a lot of money just doing a 2:30 in the morning show.
Stay in your lane, NYC.
Seems like a nice guy, by the way, Stan Verrett.
Stay in your lane. NYC's Fifth Avenue getting $400 million pedestrian-centered makeover that drivers and cyclists are sure to hate.
If you know they're going to hate it before you do it, why are you doing it? Just a question.
Sun's out, bums out. Heidi Klum sunbathes in tiny thong bikini as husband massages her butt on can trip.
Okay.
Actual headlines.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln's blood-stained gloves from the night of his assassination among 144 artifacts on auction.
Yeah, because that's just so macabre.
Actual headlines. Chris Brown granted bail after allegedly hitting music producer Abe Dial with tequila bottle.
Bro, man, once a hitter, always a hitter. What are we doing?
I don't know about that.
Very. Oh no, here it's.
No, I'm slapping at that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Actual, we'll done.
I don't know.
We'll be done. Putting in work, Big Yeti Travis Kelce goes shirtless in Miami after sweaty NFL training session.
I will say this to those easy to make fun of. He does not look like an athlete. I don't know if that's what Travis Kelce looks like every offseason, but I'm telling you this. If he keeps sporting around that flabby, hair-backed body, then Taylor Swift is going to leave his butt. Huh? I mean, Taylor Swift's one of the hottest women, not.
I mean, kind of
each his own.
He kind of looks like me.
He does.
A little bit.
Man.
Yeah.
No, he don't look like a pro NFL athlete.
No, he looks kind of dumpy and hair backed. And
tells me jeans were good for Travis Kelce.
He's got rolls and stuff. He does. He doesn't look good at all.
That's not good.
I mean, again, he's dating Taylor. Don't you at least have some mind of, I better stay in shape, or this one? I'm, by the way, the trailer park version of her.
Yeah.
I mean, what, is this girl going to stay with me if I look like this? I look like her Uncle Milton. Hairy back, ear hair coming out. I mean,
ear hair.
When did Kelce turn 47, bro? I will say, because I think usually in my mind when we do this, I'm always like, Hicken overplays these, and I'll go look, and they won't be that big of a deal. And I went and looked at Kelce. If he hadn't told me it was him, I wouldn't know who it was.
I wouldn't have known it was him either.
Especially from behind.
Yeah.
And the back hair, I can't believe that Taylor doesn't have that wax to eat.
Yeah. You got Taylor
Is she
Swift,
hopping
bro.
up in the small of that back and giving that man a massage through all that hair?
Give me hope.
I mean, she's a superstar is why I say that. It's different.
It gives me hope.
You got hope?
Yeah.
All right.
Tay. You holler at your boy. I ain't got no back hair.
Man, you ain't getting no Taylor. Stop.
Not happening.
Shoot down my dream.
And you're lucky to have the woman you do have. You keep talking like this, you might not have her. Okay?
Oof. What did Brock Purdy say about building around him?
Yeah, it's good. He was glad he left him plenty of money to build
plenty
around.
of money?
Yeah.
He took $53 million a year?
It's a going rate, bro. They're all making that now.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Thanks, Brock.
But I can remember hearing that because of the way they had structured it, that Jalen Hurts' salary in 2 years was going to be $80 million or something. And I remember thinking just how silly that was, and that can never happen. And now I can envision a world where you can carry a guy with an $80 million salary.
Now today,
it'll happen someday.
Today, as we head on out of here, you're more than welcome to leave. If you'd like, I will commiserate with Demps here.
Love y'all. It's been a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Hick, have a great trip.
Thank you.
Man, this Saturday, both of you lose, but Friday, have fun. Good luck.
Now,
Dang.
the 2-minute drill.
I never see my dog pull his earpods out so quick.
Locally owned and operated near your neighbors.
Giving him
CatsJacks.com.
let him go. I like to commiserate. I like to hear. It was a tough sleepless night for me. I got to be honest. I haven't had a gut punch like that in a long time.
I woke up and for 15 seconds I forgot they'd lost. It was tough, man.
It was brutal.
At one point, Hick, with about 3 minutes to go in the game, Yankees had just won on a walk-off upper decker in the ninth, and the Knicks were up 16 points. I was having a night, bro.
Yeah.
I was having
that is a night. Yeah. It's just I don't know if I can. One of my themes this morning is, and I'm just saying this, and I understand that I hear things a certain way. I don't know if I could take a whole series of Reggie Miller. I just can't do it, man. It just bugs the hell out of me as a Knicks fan. I don't need that. It's not right. And I, and again, I'm not. It's a hard game to ref. I'm not blaming. We screwed up. We didn't play too much airspace, right? The Nesmith kid couldn't miss.
But he didn't need an inch. I mean, the ball hit his hands and it was through the net. It was
but
that guy was on an all-time
in
heater.
Overtime when Brunson drove the lane and laid it in and it got goaltended and they didn't give us that basket.
Totally.
And that's a 6-point lead, and all of a sudden they fast break back and get a 3, and it's a 1-point.
Yeah, but they used their challenge on what was going to be a coin flip call at best.
Yeah.
Trying to protect Brunson from getting his third foul.
The other one I didn't like is the one where, and again, if I was Brunson, I think he should have pulled it back out to kill clock, but he had OG wide open.
Well, OG, catch the damn ball.
I know.
Catch it and lay it in. Are you kidding me?
I know.
OG was like stone hands for all but like 5 minutes last night.
OG's got that sleepy kind of drunk look about him sometimes, but God bless him. When Brunson went out, he said, I got it. 3-2, 14-0 run.
People in our audience who care about this game the way we do are very minimal.
I understand.
But I will say this.
I don't care.
I don't quite understand. You're running with a unit.
This is cathartic for us,
You're
so
running
leave
with
us.
the unit with McBride and Robinson, and you're blowing them out.
Yeah.
Why switch it up?
Yeah. Also a good question.
Why do you need to bring Brunson back in?
Yeah.
If it gets close and it starts to tighten up, they are holding them off.
Yeah.
And playing great defense, and you generally don't come back from that.
Yeah,
You're not going to come back from that.
I know. That was brutal.
That's the end of my enjoyment for the postseason.
What do you got today?
Nothing.
Me either.
We're going to actually, today for the Jags, we're going to talk about our question of the day. Outside of Brian Thomas Jr. And the specialists, right? The kickers, punters, long snappers. Who do you have the most confidence in to play at a high level this year? Which player do you have the most confidence that he's going to perform? Not just do what you expect, but those expectations are relatively
So in other words, like a Josh Hines-Allen, you're confident that he's going to get you 12 sacks this year, 14.
That's your guy. If you think that's going to happen, sure.
But that's kind of what you expect out of him and what they pay him for.
I've seen people say, well, if the answer is not Trevor, we're in big trouble. Well, I'm asking, is the answer Trevor?
Right.
This is not...
do you have those? Yeah, that's a good one.
So we'll talk about that. D-Rock will join the program today.
D-Rock, very good.
And we'll go through the Jags favored by over 6 different opponents. So we'll go through that portion of the schedule a little bit as well. So
all right, we'll have a good show. I'm going to New York. I'm going to go figure out a way to win the second game and save the season.
Thanks. I got Yankees at 12:30 today. If they lose in the early afternoon, my night's over.
Oh yeah,
it's over.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
1010XL.
Have your boarding passes ready.
Jacksonville.